96.9 WKLO. Our special coverage tonight here on WKLO as we welcome you to our broadcast as part of the 116th IHSAA Boys Basketball State Tournament. Here tonight on 96.9 WKLO, streaming online at WKLO969.com, as well as on your Alexa and on our YouTube channel, WKLO 96.9. We hope you're having a great Saturday alongside our statistician and analyst, Brad Deaton. I'm David Deaton with the play-by-play story. We thank you for listening to our broadcast tonight. Come on in for this gathering of family, friends, and fans as the Class A number 5 Orleans Bulldogs look to defend their sectional title by squaring off tonight with the Barr-Reeve Vikings. The Bulldogs are 20-4. The Vikings are 23-1 here in the Sectional 62 championship game here at Jack Butcher Arena on the campus of Loogootee Junior-Senior High School here in the city of Loogootee. The Vikings are shooting for their 19th sectional championship in program history tonight and their 6th championship in the past 10 seasons. Last night, after they built a 28-17 halftime lead against their biggest rival in county, the North Daviess Cougars, the Vikings went on to win by blowing out the Cougars 35-13 in the second half to win 63-30 last night. Barr-Reeve is number 2 in the final 1A rankings. They're a young team, but they're talented. And they have developed nicely under first-year head coach Heath Howington, who has done a remarkable job in his first season as the head coach of this Viking team. Their leading scorer is junior guard Kirsten Longaker. He leads the way with 13.5 points per game. And he's not the only one who can put the ball in the basket for Barr-Reeve. Their other double-figure scorer is a very talented sophomore on the wing and 5'11", Jalen Graber, who averages 12 points a game for this team. Graber, by the way, is also the leader as far as average rebounds go this year for the Vikings. But they also have a sophomore forward in Braxton Knighty, who averages 9 points a game. He had a huge impact last night. And then sophomore forward Josh Miller, who also had a huge impact in their win over North Daviess. Barr-Reeve, a team that's played very well defensively. They're a team that can flat out fill it up on the offensive end of the floor with their ability to hit perimeter shots, but they're a good driving team, and Orleans will have a lot to account for with that tonight. The Bulldogs got the win last night over Vincennes-Reveille, 56-34, after outscoring the Patriots big time in that second half. Trailed 20-19 at halftime. The Bulldogs outscored the Patriots 37-14 in the second half. The Bulldogs are the defending sectional champs, and they're looking to add sectional title number 17 tonight and win back-to-back titles for the first time since the 2012 and 2013 seasons. Senior forward Alex DeWitt is the leading scorer at 16 points and 6 rebounds a game, and he and his team will look to capture the crown tonight and try to beat the Barr-Reeve Vikings, a feat the Bulldogs have never accomplished in 3 prior meetings in sectional play with this Viking program. Had the chance to talk to both head coaches, Barr-Reeve head coach Heath Howington and Orleans head coach Tom Bradley. You'll hear from both coaches after the break as we continue along with our Davis Crush Stone pregame show here from Jack Butcher Arena in Loogootee. You're listening to coverage of Orleans Bulldogs basketball in the Sectional 62 championship game here on 96.9 WKLO.
Are you looking for top quality crushed stone in Harrison County? Look no further than Davis Crushed Stone in DePaul. At Davis Crushed Stone, they have been serving Southern Indiana for years, providing the highest quality crushed stone for all your construction needs. Their locally sourced stone is perfect for driveways, roads, landscaping, and much more. Plus, the friendly staff can assist you with your order, ensuring you get exactly what you need. They'll even deliver it right to your doorstep, making your project hassle-free. Choose Davis Crushed Stone for your next project. Give them a call at 812-347-2707.
Looking to update your floors? Denny's Carpet in Corden has been your local expert for over 35 years. From cozy carpets to durable hardwoods and stylish vinyl, they have it all and at prices you love. With top-notch customer service and affordable options, they make it easy to transform your space. Plus, enjoy special discounts on select flooring. Stop by or call 812-738-8466 off Highway 62 in Corden. Denny's Carpet, because they know quality and affordability matter.
We continue along with our Davis Crush Stone pregame show here on 96.9 WKLO. It is Orleans facing Barr-Reeve for the Sectional 62 championship tonight here at Jack Butcher Arena. Heath Howington, the head coach of Barr-Reeve, is with us now. His team getting ready for this matchup tonight. We'll get to that here momentarily. But, Coach Howington, it's kind of crazy to think 3 months ago we saw you guys play Orleans on your home floor, and As everybody says nowadays, it seems like the season just flies by. So what's it been like for Viking basketball through these 24 games?
Yeah, it really does. It flies by. Man, I've had a blast with these guys, with our players, our coaches, our fans. It's been a fun ride so far. We're just looking forward to the challenge tonight. Know it'll be a big test, but should be a fun game for the fans.
Well, I know you guys are on the younger side this year, a lot of juniors and sophomores, but you still have some seniors on this team as well. And so how would you say those guys have done as far as leading the team and helping these younger guys come along?
Can't say enough about our three seniors, and Corbin Boyd, Brendan Cornelius, and Caleb Moffitt for their leadership, not only on the court but off the court. There are three guys that we want our younger players to look up to, and even our own kids to look up to. So they've done a great job leading by example.
Well, and of course, with those guys being leaders as well, you kind of have to look to the future a little bit as well. So anybody else on the team that you've kind of seen develop those leadership qualities this year?
Yeah, other captains. In addition to Corbin Boyd, we have junior Kirsten Leineger and junior Carson Yoder. So they've stepped into some leadership roles, not only this year, but we need that moving forward as well.
Well, I'll look at your schedule, Coach. You guys have certainly tested yourselves to get yourselves ready for the postseason. So how would you say the team has handled that and getting ready for this time of year?
We put together a really tough schedule. I think outside of Indianapolis, we have the toughest 1A schedule in the state. So it has not been easy. We've had a lot of battles, but hopefully it's prepared us for this moment, and we'll find out tonight.
Well, and of course, you guys, just like Orleans and everybody else here, had the chance to play 3 games in this tournament. Started with a tough one with Loogootee, the rivalry game on Wednesday night. And so what stood out to you about the way your team looked in that matchup?
Just like our focus in practice heading in. You talk about a couple of rivalry games in Loogootee and North Davies. Not easy to prepare for, two very well-coached teams, but thought our guys executed the game plan, and we're pretty loose throughout the week.
Well, and then last night, of course, the atmosphere was raucous here at Jack Butcher Arena with the Buggy Bowl coming to the postseason with North Davies, and a game where you guys were at a tough one early, but they started to pull away a little bit there in the second quarter.
Yeah, we're not a team that's going to throw a haymaker right out of the gate, but we're a team that for 32 minutes will throw jabs, and hopefully by the end of the fight we can outlast them. But no, we have a really tough test tonight, and a guy that I respect as much as anybody in Tom Bradley, who does it the right way, a guy that you'd want your own kids to play for. He's that good. So he'll have his team well prepared, and we're looking forward to it.
Oh, and of course, Coach, I mentioned the atmosphere last night, and that's kind of something that you notice when you come to Loogootee for sectional. It's always a great atmosphere. The fans really show up, and your fans especially really showed up big last night, as they will tonight, too.
It's incredible just looking around here. So many Barr-Reeve fans, our student section, our alumni, our supporters. This place is unreal.
Definitely. And, of course, too, Coach, I mean, you were at Evansville Memorial last year, got to play for a sectional championship, and now getting to do it at Barr-Reeve in year one. What does that mean to have these guys have the opportunity to be a part of this?
Yeah, it's special. And these kids, we told them we just want a chance. We wanted a chance to go play on Saturday night. They've earned it. Credit to our assistant coaches for helping get these guys prepared. They've done an outstanding job.
Where would you say your team has improved the most since the beginning of the season to coming into tonight?
I think just across the board, every player's improved. And scoring has been very balanced as of late. Have multiple guys stepping up. And defensively, this group continues to thrive. So we know we'll have our hands full tonight, guarding a lot of different actions. Coach Bradley does as well as anybody in putting his team in a position to succeed.
Well, I know you guys have scored well throughout the season, but, Coach, it looks like you've taken a lot of big strides, especially here late in the season on the defensive end of the floor.
Yeah, we've guarded pretty well on this floor this week. No, it won't get any easier tonight, but just excited to see our guys go out and compete.
Well, of course, you kind of alluded to the matchup with Orleans tonight. As you look at this matchup, Coach, what are some things that stick out to you about this Bulldog team?
They're just a veteran team, a team that has what we want, sectional championship, and even beyond that. They have the ultimate trophy, and just so much respect for how they play. They have a lot of weapons that can hurt you in a variety of ways, inside-out attack. So we'll have to be on our toes defensively.
Well, as far as your team goes health-wise, everybody available, ready to go for this matchup tonight?
Seem to be pretty good.
Sounds good. Coach Allington, as always, appreciate the time for the talk. You and the Vikings have a good game here tonight in the championship with Orleans.
Yep, thanks a lot for all you do.
All right, thank you. Keith Allington joining us here in our Davis Crushstone pregame show, our special edition of Orleans basketball continues after the break. You're listening to Orleans Bulldogs basketball in the Sectional 62 Championship here on 96.9 WKLO.
At Harrison County Hospital, your health is their top priority. Dr. John Gonzaba and the entire team at General Surgery Associates are proud to expand their surgical expertise with 2 outstanding surgeons. Dr. Karen Johnson-Burkhorst specializes in appendectomy, breast surgery, colonoscopy, gallbladder surgery, hernia repair, and minimally invasive procedures. And Dr. Stephen Thomas focuses on wound care, skin cancers, diabetic foot issues, and more. Call 812-738-0177 today to schedule your appointment. Learn more at hchin.org.
Are you looking for top quality Crestone in Harrison County? Look no further than Davis Crestone in DePaul. At Davis Crestone, they have been serving Southern Indiana for years, providing the highest quality Crestone for all your construction needs. Their locally sourced stone is perfect for driveways, roads, landscaping, and much more. Plus, the friendly staff can assist you with your order, ensuring you get exactly what you need. They'll even deliver it right to your doorstep, making your project hassle-free. Choose Davis Crestone for your next project. Give them a call at 812-347-2707.
We continue along with our Davis Crushstone pregame show here on 96.9 WKLO. The Orleans Bulldogs getting set to take on the Barr-Reeve Vikings in the Sectional 62 Championship tonight here at Jack Butcher Arena in Loogootee. And joining us now is Orleans head coach Tom Bradley as the team is back in the Sectional Championship again. And Coach, obviously last night, tale of two halves for your team. First half, a little up and down, a little rocky, but third quarter, it seemed like you guys got the pace where you wanted it to what you talked about in post game and started to turn things around, turning defense into offense for starters.
I think, both teams were just kind of filling each other out. At the beginning, we'd never played them before, and obviously that means they never played us before. So we didn't know a whole lot about each other than what we saw on film or in person. But, once we got through the first half there, David, I thought we did a really nice job. We wanted to quicken the pace. We wanted to be able to go after them a little bit, press them a little bit, and I think that played to our advantage.
Well, even though they were up 1 at halftime, you still got a lot of the looks you wanted, even against their zone defense. The problem was the ball just wasn't going through the basket of the first half.
We missed a lot of point-blank shots inside there, and some other shots up from the perimeter that I thought we normally would make. But, I'll give our kids credit. They didn't let them get away from us in the first half.
We mentioned third quarter picking up the pace a lot, and that started with Owen, of course, and Nate being able to get it down the floor. And then your big guys did a great job filling the lanes and running the floor as well.
The pace of it was going to our advantage, I thought. And like you mentioned there, I think the big thing was our big guys were running the floor also. And, they're late in the game. It seemed like we were kind of pulling away. A lot of our shots were layups. And the idea behind that is they were turning it over, and we were able to convert on the other end.
Well, I know you guys have thrived on the turnovers and the deflections, especially here in the second half of the season, but it seemed like the defensive intensity really did pick up there, especially in the third and the fourth quarter.
It did. We got up into them a little bit more and tried to bother them a little bit. They were getting to the rim on us too much, and we weren't doing a great job of staying in front. So we adjusted a little bit on that, started pitching the drives a little bit more. And when we did that, they had some tougher shots or some longer shots, so to speak. And the nice thing about that was on the other end of it, that Mason played really well blocking shots. And, when you have a guy like that can stay out of foul trouble, knock on wood, we hope he does that again. But, he alters a lot of shots as well as, blocking shots. Blocking shots, a lot of times, obviously leads into best rate points for him.
No doubt. Well, I thought the thing you guys did most consistently over the entire game was your rebounding was really strong last night, and everybody did a pretty good job crashing the glass.
Well, that's going to be a big thing for us coming up here. We did a really nice job last night. And it wasn't just our bigs, like you mentioned, David. It was our guards, perimeter guys were getting in there and mixing it up as well.
Well, of course, we mentioned last night this is going to be the fourth time in a row that you all have been in this position playing for a sectional championship. And I know it's been a while since you all have been able to say that at Orleans within this program. So what does it mean to be back here again after having won it last year?
Well, we kind of like it over here. It's tough to win games in terms of the titles. Like you mentioned, we lost, a couple tough ones there the first couple of years that you're talking about. Lost a big overtime game, 5 overtime game, and last year was able to pull it out. And so we've been here a lot. We've gotten to play a lot of games here over these guys' career, and obviously all the way back through the early 2000s. And so we know what to expect. We have a good relationship with Loogootee and so forth, and we know a lot of people here. But I think we feel comfortable here. I think we really do.
Yeah, and obviously, Coach, we talked about all season. I remember back to that first Barr-Reeve game, you talked about that being a learning experience for your guys, and you guys were going to learn from that, and you were going to continue to build, and that's exactly what your team has done, and culminating into tonight's game.
Well, I think so, too. I think that's a good point. It started all the way back then, and the tournament that we lost against Providence, we didn't play well. The Paoli game, the Brownstown game, those games have made us better. And we're looking at our 4 losses right there. And I think we've played good schedule. We picked up some things that we do better now because of playing teams like that.
Well, tonight, of course, it is Barr-Reeve here in the championship game. And, this team, obviously, having seen them a lot over the past few years. So as you look at this Viking team compared to where they were early in the season, what stands out to you about them now?
Well, early in the season there, when we first played them, they were shooting the ball really well. And quite honestly, I don't think we were guarding them at all. But they have gotten so much better throughout the year. Coach Howington is a good friend of mine, and he does a tremendous job with the program. He's got a good handle on the young kids that he's got, and he's got them to play really hard. They like to get to the rim. I mean, that's a big thing with them. They like to really drive the ball to the rim, and they do a good job of that. And, they got some guys, about 3 guys that can really knock down threes. And then the other part of it for them is defensively, they've been playing a lot of trap here recently. They last night they had a 3-quarter 1-2-1-1 press, and played a lot of 1-3-1. They're just really aggressive. We got to be able to take care of the basketball against that and see if we can find openings.
At Harrison County Hospital, your health is their top priority. Dr. John Gonzaba and the entire team at General Surgery Associates are proud to expand their surgical expertise with 2 outstanding surgeons. Dr. Karen Johnson-Burkhorst specializes in appendectomy, breast surgery, colonoscopy, gallbladder surgery, hernia repair, and minimally invasive procedures. And Dr. Stephen Thomas focuses on wound care, skin cancers, diabetic foot issues, and more. Call 812-738-0177 today to schedule your appointment. Learn more at hchin.org.
Real country, good country. 96.9 WKLO, Hardinsburg, Corydon, Paoli.
The starting lineups tonight in this Sectional 62 championship game. First for the Barr-Reeve Vikings. They finished the regular season number 2 in Class A, 23-1 record. They average 55.3 and allow 40.7 points per game. And they will go with the following lineup tonight. 3 guards and 2 forwards. Carson Yoder at 5'9" and a junior will start in the backcourt for Barr-Reeve. He is the leader in assists on this team. He averages 5.8 points and 4.4 assists to go with 4.2 rebounds a game. Joining him in the backcourt is Kirsten Longaker at 6 foot and a junior. He averages a team-high 13.5 points per game. Jalen Graber will be the third guard, a 5'11 sophomore. He is averaging 12 points and 4 rebounds a game. In the front court is Josh Miller, 6'1 and a sophomore, 7.8 points, 4.2 rebounds. And Braxton Knighty at 6'3 and a sophomore will start at the other forward. He's averaging 9.3 points and 3.4 rebounds per game. Head coach Heath Howington's in his first season as the head coach at Barr-Reeve, and their record 23-1. For Orleans, they'll go with the same lineup they had last night in the semifinals. They'll go with Owen Gilbert at point guard, 5'11 and a junior for the Bulldogs. Joining him will be Nate Brown at 6'4 and a senior. Nolan Robbins, 6'2 and a junior, will be one forward. The center, Mason Freed at 6'6", will patrol the middle at 4 blocks last night in the Bulldogs' win over Vincennes Reveille. And Alex DeWitt, the other forward and the team's leading scorer, he will be a forward at 6'3" here tonight. The tip is in the air. Orleans wearing the road black uniforms tonight with the white letters and numbers trimmed in red. The red trim around the collar and the shoulders, the alternating white and red dashes down the side of the uniforms, the Bulldog head logo right side of the jersey, and then above the number on the back as well. Barr-Reeve in the home white uniforms, black letters and numbers trimmed in red. Alex DeWitt gets it down low, goes up, and a jump ball called as DeWitt gets tied up right in front of the rim. And that will give the basketball to Barr-Reeve. The Vikings in the home white uniforms, black letters and numbers trimmed in red. Barr-Reeve, medium block letters across the front of the uniform above the number. Black trim around the collar and the shoulders. The red field on the shoulder with the black field below it. And then the red parallelogram with the black over it on the left side of the shorts. The Viking head logo on the right hip. with the parallelogram on the other side and a drive. Longaker gets his shot rejected by Mason Freed going down the left side. On the front court, Brown with it, gets to the baseline, and he dribbles it right out of bounds. A hard defense there from Jalen Graber. Orleans coming toward us here from the Crow's Nest here at Jack Butcher Arena, while the Vikings will be going away from us here in the first half.
Yeah, it could be a grinder. I mean, either one of these teams, they don't want to get, behind by too many. This could be a grind.
High ball screen. Longaker takes it from Knighty, going from right to left, goes back right side pass to Josh Miller. He'll take it down to the paint. Bounces it out to Longaker, this time on the left wing. He'll take it top of the arc. He'll go back to Miller. Head fakes, drives by DeWitt. Ball gets poked away, kicked out of bounds. It's off of the Vikings. Both teams having a little trouble hanging on to the basketball here early with 6:48 to go in the opening quarter here on the First Harrison Banking Butler scoreboard.
Yeah, there's definitely some nerves, but then obviously Barr-Reeve's going to try this trap and see what they can try to disrupt even more.
Brown up the right side, goes to Nolan Robbins. Up back to the volleyball line. It's Nate with it. Goes bounce pass right side over to Owen Gilbert. No score yet. You're in the early going. Robbins has it along the sideline, gets swiped from Longaker, and then goes back out to Gilbert near half court. Right around to Brown, left wing. Takes one dribble. He's lost it. Now he's got to try to find somebody to help him out. He throws it cross court, and he just threw it over everybody into that corner out of bounds. Turnovers piling up, and Coach Bradley has seen enough. He wants a timeout with 6:15 to go here in the opening quarter. It is scoreless between Barr-Reeve and Orleans as you're listening to special coverage of Orleans Bulldogs basketball in the Sectional 62 Championship on 96.9 WKLO.
At Harrison County Hospital, your health is their top priority. Dr. John Gonzaba and the entire team at General Surgery Associates are proud to...
Hello, this is Mark Springer. Running a business is challenging enough without the added stress of uncertain insurance coverage. That's where Springer Insurance, in partnership with Indiana Farmers Insurance, can help. We take the time to understand the specific needs of your business, allowing us to tailor a coverage plan that's right for you. Stop by our office at 104 North Maple Street in Orleans or call 812-865-3133 for a quote. Your business deserves more than just insurance. It deserves peace of mind.
An Orleans team that ordinarily doesn't turn it over much, already with 3 quick turnovers, just not able to get anything going early on. Maybe a little bit of the nerves kicking in here. It will be Barr-Reeve basketball out of the timeout. Graber with it, front court, goes top of the key to Yoder, left wing, a 3, rims in and out on Longaker, down low. Miller gets the rebound, back up and in, left side, off the window. And the Vikings get on the board first at 5:53 to go here in the opening quarter. They show a 3-quarter court press. A big pass from Brown across the timeline to Robbins on the left side in the front court. Nolan has it left to the top of the arc. He'll bounce it to Gilbert, right side volleyball spike line. Owen takes a couple of dribbles, lobs it down to the corner to Brown. Nate pulls up, fires a 15-footer, buries that, and the Bulldogs respond by getting the Brown basket to tie it for the first time.
You can't waste your dribbles. That's one of the biggest things so far that I've seen. They're wasting dribbles.
Here's Barr-Reeve with it in the front court. Longaker has it left wing. Up top it goes, and there's Knighty. He'll drive down left side. Can't get the shot to go. Rebound poked out to Yoder just above the free throw line. Kick to Miller left corner. He'll fake. He'll drive inside. Go up over Freed. Can't get it. Back up, and Knighty sticks it up and in for Barr-Reeve. His first 2 of the night. And the Vikings able to get back in front, and a steal in the backcourt, knocked away. Graber at half court. He'll get it to Yoder right wing. Back to the corner it goes to Graber. Drives it down into the paint. Kicks it back out to Yoder on the right wing. Carson Yoder back left side now to Jalen Graber yet again. Graber, pull it out. Goes back over to Yoder again. Yoder has it on the right wing with 4:37 to go in the opening quarter. 4-2 in favor of Barr-Reeve here in the early going of the sectional championship. They work it around the horn, and with it is Graber in the left corner. Out to Longaker, left wing, up top to Josh Miller. He'll cross over. He'll go left. He'll hand it off to Graber for a 3. Left it short. Rebound. Fought for underneath, and Alex DeWitt finally comes out of there with it for the Bulldogs on the left baseline. Owen Gilbert handles the pressure up the floor. Carson Yoder on him in the man-to-man defense. Gilbert has it. Looks. Gets tied up almost, and then goes over to Brown on the sideline. Down to the short corner to Mason Freed. He drives. He'll pitch it over, and a foul is going to be called before Mason could get it out to Owen Gilbert in the right corner. First foul on either side tonight with 4:03 to go here in the opening quarter, and the foul will be whistled on Barr-Reeve, and it'll be Braxton Knighty. That'll be his first and the team's first as well.
Orleans isn't bringing the same defensive intensity at all. Barr-Reeve's getting all over them.
DeWitt with a hook shot on the move after the inbound. Missed it short off the front of the rim from 10 feet. Rebound to Barr-Reeve. Yoder brings it up the floor now. Gets it out to Longaker straight away, and then over left side, it goes to Miller. Back over again, it goes to the point guard in Kirsten Longaker. At least on this possession. Yoder's typically the point guard. Sets a high ball screen for Longaker. The Bulldogs switch it. With it up top is Longaker. Dribbles into Gilbert, pulls back, fires a three, and hits it from the left wing. Kirsten Longaker with his first points of the night, and all of a sudden, Barr-Reeve has grown the lead to 7-2. 3:26 to go, opening quarter. First Harrison Banking Butler scoreboard. Freed to Brown, dribbles. He'll be called for the walk there at the right elbow. Another turnover for the Bulldogs here in the early going with 3:21 to go here in this opening frame, and Barr-Reeve with all the momentum here in the early going.
Yeah, it's just looking like a train wreck right now for Orleans. You've got to pick up the defensive intensity. You got to match their level. Barr-Reeve's coming in. They've got the bigger crowd, and they've got, just they're feeling confident. They're very confident.
Well, he had a blocked shot. Longaker drove it down the lane and dumped it off to Braxton Knighty, who got fouled on the left baseline. And it's going to go on Mason Freed, the foul. That'll be the first on the Bulldogs tonight. So that'll send Braxton Knighty to the free throw line for the Vikings of Barr-Reeve. First time he's been at the stripe tonight, either team for that matter. Knighty coming in, 46% at the line. He missed the first one off the front of the rim. And he'll have another shot momentarily. Barr-Reeve is a team not terrible overall, 68% up and down the roster. Second free throw for Knighty. He eyes it, puts it in the air, and misses it off the back and front rim. DeWitt gets the hard-fought rebound.
46% in being that kind of player. I mean, he's a good player. Free throws, you gotta work on those.
Well, Orleans has struggled at the line themselves throughout the season as well, so it'll be interesting to see how much that factors in tonight. It's Brown with it for Orleans in the front court. Nate finds Mason inside the left arc. Up top to Owen Gilbert. He's got Longaker all over him. Gilbert dribbles out, gives it to Brown just above the spike line on the right side. Nate dribbles around, gets Josh Miller, tries to get around him, draws contact. No shot, foul on the floor, but it will be called on Barr-Reeve. And Josh Miller will be the one to pick it up here. That's going to be his first, and that's two now on the Vikings here with 2:29 to go in the opening quarter. The Dogs go to the bench. They'll send Troy Dilley in there. Their sixth man, 6'2", junior at forward. Troy's been averaging right around 4 points a game this season for Orleans. Inbound to DeWitt, right corner. Fakes the handoff to Brown, drives down low, goes up, draws the foul, and it'll be Alex DeWitt going to the free throw line, and that's going to be two quick fouls on the 6'1" sophomore for Barr-Reeve and Josh Miller, who gets called for the block there.
He's been bodying up, and that's what Brown got him on that coming around that corner, and he kind of pushed on Brown some, and Brown, kind of wobbled a little bit, and they called it. And DeWitt came in a lot harder. DeWitt's a thicker-bodied guy. Brown's no slouch, but, DeWitt's got some weight on him, and he stood his ground against DeWitt. They called another foul. So, kind of interesting, but, yeah, I mean, that's what you do. Sometimes you get in the way, and sometimes the official's like, oh, we're not putting up with it.
Alex buried the first, rimmed in the second. He's got his first two of the night, 7-4 now with 2:14 to go in the opening quarter. Longaker facing Orleans half-court trap, lobs it to the middle of the front court to Yoder. Back over to Longaker right side, skips it right side to Jalen Graber. Back out to Longaker at the top of the key. High post to Yoder. He turns 12 feet away, gets it down low to Knighty, and he missed the layup. He goes after his own rebound, goes back up, draws some contact there. And Braxton Knighty is going to go back to the free throw line again for Barr-Reeve, the 6'3" sophomore, the tallest player in their starting five. Draws the foul on Alex DeWitt, the 6'3" senior for Orleans. That's going to be his first, and that will be the team's second of the quarter here early. Free throw number one, Knighty buries that one. So he gets his third point of the night. He'll have another shot here to try to make this a 5-point lead again. 1:57 to go here in the opening quarter. 8-4 in favor of the Vikings. First free throw good. Second free throw off the heel of the rim. DeWitt up for the rebound, sky high in the paint. Gives it to Nate Brown, who will work it across midcourt now. 8-4 Barr-Reeve. Orleans still in this despite the shaky start here in Jack Butcher Arena tonight. Brown transfers right side of the floor. And he'll draw contact. Carson Yoder this time. The Barr-Reeve contingency thought there might have been a hook on Brown there. It was close, but Yoder certainly initiated the contact there. His first, team's fourth of the quarter.
Sometimes that can get those physical teams in trouble, is you stand your ground a little bit too much and you body up people. You know, like right there, they really got to watch out with Owen Gilbert. Here's DeWitt getting it high post over to Brown. 15-footer, rims it in and out left wing. Rebound comes down, and Yoder able to grab it, flying into the basket for the Vikings. Gets it across midcourt to Longaker, just below the right side of the timeline. On the far end of the floor from us, Longaker takes it to the top of the arc. He stops, he turns, he goes left side with it to Jalen Graber. Graber dribbles up top. He's got Dilly on him, man-to-man defense for Orleans. Their calling card on that side of the floor. Longaker has it now and takes it to the right wing off the bounce. He'll get a high ball screen. Get it up top, goes to Yoder right wing. Back to Longaker between the circles with now 56 seconds to go in the quarter. Longaker drives it left side into Gilbert, goes up, count it, and the foul on Owen Gilbert. Owen just got caught in his heels, and he could not recover once the momentum had been established. So that will put Kirsten Longaker at the free throw line for Barr-Reeve. First foul on Owen tonight. Longaker's fifth point. He makes it a 6-point lead. Make it 7 as he buries that free throw. And the Vikings will go back to the bench now. They'll send Miller Thompson in for the first time, a 6'3 junior averaging 3 points a game. He will replace Knighty in the lineup for the Vikings. Longaker, by the way, an 80% free throw shooter on the season. Got the free throw. He makes it now an 11-4 lead for the Vikings. 42 seconds to go in the opening quarter. Here's DeWitt. Busting his way down low and then missing the shot, but the tip in for Nate Brown coming in right side, puts it in off the back of the rim, and the Dogs are right back down by 5 again. They needed that bad because DeWitt, you can tell he's getting frustrated trying to get to the rim. DeWitt obviously is going to have to get involved in this game, being their leading scorer.
Bulldogs would like to see what they saw last night. Multiple guys getting involved in the scoring column, with Alex leading them with 17 points last night. Longaker holds it below half court. Final 10 seconds of the quarter, goes left side to Yoder, back over right side to Longaker, left to Yoder, drives into the paint, falls down, and somehow got it to go off the glass. Inbound to Dilly, behind half court, fires it. Oh, he hits it off the backboard and the front rim to close out the quarter. But Barr-Reeve owned the first quarter of this game with Orleans. It's the Vikings leading the Bulldogs 13-6 at the end of one on the First Harrison Banking Butler scoreboard. You're listening to Orleans Bulldogs basketball here on 96.9 WKLO.
Hi, this is John Bender. Since 1931, Bender Lumber has been providing superior service along with quality, innovative building products at fair, competitive prices. In communities throughout southern Indiana, our locations are the primary supplier to residential builders, professional remodelers, as well as do-it-yourselfers who rely on our knowledgeable sales staff to do whatever it takes to proudly serve them and to get the job done. So here's to the first 90 years of local people serving local needs at Bender Lumber.
Hi, I'm Emery Jones, Career Education Coordinator at Prosser in New Albany. It's never too late to level up your life. Whether you're changing careers or finishing your education, Prosser Adult Education offers affordable classes to help you earn workforce readiness, improve your skills, or train for a high-demand job. Visit ProsserCareers.com or call us at 812-542-8508 to get started. Prosser Adult Education. Your future, your move.
13-6 is the tally at the end of the first quarter. Second quarter getting started here at Jack Butcher Arena, the site of Class A Sectional 62 here tonight on 96.9 WKLO. Thank you for joining our special broadcast of Orleans Bulldogs basketball tonight, along with our statistician and analyst, Brad Deaton. I'm David Deaton with the play-by-play. It's Owen Gilbert with it into the front court for the Dogs. You can catch us on 96.9 FM as well as online at WKLO969.com, on our YouTube channel, WKLO 96.9. Or you can find us on your Alexa. Just say, Alexa, listen to 96.9 WKLO. Nate Brown down to the post to Mason Freed. Turns, gives up with a shot. Couldn't get it to go right side. It rolled off the left side of the rim. And then Nate Brown knocks it away from Kirsten Longaker as he was trying to get it out of there. Nate was on the ground when he did so. And the Bulldogs come back out with their 5 they closed the quarter with. Gilbert, Brown, and Dilly out there with DeWitt and Freed. Barr-Reeve rotating it left side right now. Graber gets it to Carson Yoder on the left wing. Back to Longaker. Fakes a pass, fires a 3, and hits another one. Kirsten Longaker has found his range early on. The Vikings up double digits now with 7:02 to go here in the second quarter, 16-6. Here's DeWitt driving right side, throws up a prayer, missed it off the glass. Dilly able to retrieve the rebound left side of the floor. Gets it out top to Brown to Gilbert. Right side three is up, missed off the side of the rim. DeWitt tried to get the rebound, but lost it to Kierson Longaker behind him. And it will be Viking basketball already up double figures at 16-6 with 6:40 to go here in the second quarter. Longaker settles it in the front court, gives it behind him to Carson Yoder. Over to Graber, three left wing short, rebound Dilly. Troy trying to get it out of there. Gets up the floor, across the timeline to the left. Over to Brown, who takes it to the right side from the top of the key. Nate turns into the lane and gets hit and fouled. He got hit right across the arm there with Carson Yoder creating the contact for the Vikings. Foul on Carson Yoder is going to be his second already, and that'll be the team's first of the quarter.
Nate's been able to draw, I think, 3 fouls now. And, you got to do what you got to do. And if Barr-Reeve's going to play that aggressive, I don't even think he's necessarily having to sell it. I think they're just clubbing him when he comes in there sometimes. Or they're bodying him up. I think he might have sold one of those balls. But, I mean, it's pretty physical when you get down there in the lane.
Vikings, good defensive team. Second free throw was also good for Nate, who's been tremendous at the line all season. He has been the best free throw shooter for Orleans. Coming into this contest as Barr-Reeve brings it up the floor right side with Corbin Boyd, who is 5'11" and a senior. A kick as Boyd tried to get it down into the corner to Jalen Graber. Incidentally, Brown is 80% himself at the line, second on the team in attempts, but leads the team in made free throws this season.
One of the things that worries me is I think they went back to man, but they were in that zone. These outside shooters, it's going to get rough if they don't watch it.
Well, an air ball from Knighty in that left corner. He shot a three, missed everything. Mason Freed with the rebound. Brown gets it up the floor, and once again, raking him on the arms as a Barr-Reeve defender. This time it's Corbin Boyd who got him, the only senior in the main rotation for the Vikings. 16-8, by the way, Barr-Reeve in front. 5:54 to go, second quarter on the First Harrison Banking Butler scoreboard. Second foul on Barr-Reeve, and in the quarter, the first on Boyd, and that'll send Nate Brown back to the free throw line. And one good way to get back into games, stop the clock, get to the charity stripe.
That's right. This is a Paul Stroud strategy. Give it to Nate, go down the lane, get hit, go to the line.
Oh, my gosh. Well, Nate was great at the line last night, especially the fourth quarter. He made 8 out of 10 from the charity stripe in the win over Vincennes Reveille. Second free throw hit the front rim and rolled in for Brown. He's got 8 now, and the lead has been trimmed back to 6. 16-10 now the score on the First Harrison Banking Butler scoreboard here at Jack Butcher Arena tonight in Loogootee. 5:45 to go, second quarter of play. Vikings work it around. Graber left to right to Corbin Boyd with a long bounce pass. Orleans showing kind of a half-court zone that looks like a trap. Out to the corner, it goes to Longaker with left side. Back out to Graber, who takes it up top. Back left side to Longaker, fires again. Man, he cannot miss right now.
That's what I'm afraid of on that. They got to watch that on that zone because he can fire it quick, too. That's a pretty quick release.
Made 3 straight threes. He has 12 points, 19-10. Here's a drive. Brown down low, gets it to Mason Freed, and Miller knocked it away, had it for a split second, and then lost it into the cheer block behind him, out of bounds on that right baseline. That's the Barr-Reeve cheer block, and it will be the possession to the Bulldogs as Miller will check out with those 2 fouls. Back in is Miller Thompson. Josh Miller out. Miller Thompson in, 6'3" and a junior. Inbound, quick three. Nate Brown buries it from the right wing. First 3 of the night for the Dogs. Nate's got 11 now.
They need that. He's going to have to help lead them. I'm not sure where Alex is right now, but they need Alex. They need everybody on.
There's a strip.
All they can.
Thompson lost it. Gilbert goes coast to coast, lays it in as it rolls off the rim. Timeout Barr-Reeve, and Orleans all of a sudden, after being down by 10, has climbed their way back into it. 19-15 with 4:50 to go in the second quarter here from Loogootee. You're listening to Orleans Bulldogs basketball on the Sectional 62 Championship on 96.9 WKLO.
Morgan's Auto Salvage has been serving the community for many years and have been in the car business since 1984. Morgan's Auto Salvage has late model car, truck, and now carrying semi-truck parts. Can't find a part? With Nationwide Locator, you can find any part you need for your car, truck, or semi. Located on North State Road 37 in Paoli, Indiana. Open Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Check out their Facebook page at Morgan's Auto Salvage. For questions, call 812-723-2121. Let Morgan's Auto Salvage experience go to work for you.
4:50 to go here in the second quarter of play on the First Harrison Banking Butler scoreboard. It's 19-15. Orleans trailing Barr-Reeve, but a comeback has come about here inside Jack Butcher Arena. The Bulldogs have gone on a 9-3 run, and now Barr-Reeve in possession after the timeout. It'll be Carson Yoder across midcourt. Long bounce pass to Kirsten Longaker on the left side. Longaker takes it toward the wing, goes over to the right side to Josh Miller, who's in there with those two fouls. Yoder gets it back left side above the volleyball spike line. He'll go back over right side to Longaker, skips it back left side to Miller again. Josh Miller throws it cross court back to Longaker. Orleans in that trapping defense. They're showing it, but they haven't really put the trap on. And then Graber getting it along the right sideline, tried to go back to Longaker, but he throws it off Troy Dilley's foot out of bounds.
Not sure if it's more of a contained defense, like they're not really going after a trap, but it's just kind of like, hey, we're here. What are you going to do with the ball? I don't know if they're kind of trying to slow them down, but if Barr-Reeve gets the ball movement going and they get these shooters open, that's going to be another problem.
4 minutes to go here in the second quarter. 19-15, a drive and a pitch out to Miller. Mid-range, his shot won't go. Freed blocked his shot, tried to save it. However, Carson Yoder was trying to do the same thing, and it goes off a Yoder out of bounds. It will end up being possession to the Bulldogs.
Yeah, they're catching some breaks here. You know, Barr-Reeve, obviously Barr-Reeve and Orleans are both programs known not to make too many mistakes. You got to cash in on these mistakes that Barr-Reeve's doing right now.
It is the Bulldogs with it in their possession. Brown gets it on the right perimeter down to the corner to Freed. Mason dribbles between two defenders, gets it high post to Dilley. Free throw line jumper up, and he rattles it in.
Nice shot.
They need that from Troy tonight for sure. 19-17 now with 3:27 to go second quarter. Just like that, the Bulldogs are right back in it.
Even if Troy can only give them 6 or 8 points, that's something. He's not going to be a high volume scorer. We've seen guys go off for 20 sometimes. I don't think that's going to be him, but even if he can give you 6 to 8 points, they need every bit they can get against this team.
Well, down low, there's a pass that went into Nighty. He lost it. Mason Freed was right behind him on that left block, and all of a sudden it's the Vikings who are having a little trouble taking care of the basketball.
Got to cash in. They've got him up 4 turnovers. Orleans has got 5. You got to cash in.
Here are the Dogs down by 2. Gilbert for the lead, left wing 3. Brown found him, missed it long. Rebound comes down, and a foul is going to be called, the bump, as Graber got the rebound. And that will put the foul on Mason Freed. That'll be his second now, and that'll be the first on the Bulldogs here in this second quarter of play. And now a substitution will come. Nolan Robbins will replace Mason Freed in the lineup. First time we've seen Nolan here in the second quarter here in this matchup tonight.
I think that shot was a little too far out, but I don't necessarily mind that shot because I think the roof on that end of the court would have erupted if he would have hit that. Man, that would have been a big deflator here for this Barr-Reeve team to lose the lead. I don't know if they've really lost the lead so far.
No, Orleans has not had the lead. We've had one tie.
Yeah.
Yoder turnaround shot, knocks it down from the right elbow. Longaker found him right there in that soft spot, and Yoder gets his 4th point of the game. The Vikings back in front by 4 now at 21-17 here at Jack Butcher Arena. Bulldogs going to try to get something going here. Brown has it on the right side, or on the left side rather, goes left side to Owen Gilbert. Gilbert holds, gets it down mid-post to Robbins. Nolan has it right wing, throws it cross court to Gilbert. Didn't have time to spot up. He couldn't get it cleanly. Down to Brown on the baseline, pulls up 12-footer, hits that jumper left baseline, and Nate Brown having himself a big quarter with 9 points. He now has 13 on the night. The lead down to 21-19 in favor of Barr-Reeve. 142 to go here in the second quarter.
Wow.
Then on the other end, a pass that went sideways. You saw it better than I did.
Yeah. Let's see. That was Carson Yoder he took off, and he's got good speed, and he's stout, but he took off down the lane. They gave him an opening, and then he tried to dish it off real quick, I think over to 90, and way too wide of a pass, out of control.
A minute and a half to go here in the second quarter. 21-19. Barr-Reeve still in front by 2, but the Bulldogs have been down by as much as 10. Dane Freed is in for the first time. Has it in the middle of the front court. Goes to Dilly left side. That defense getting airtight, but Orleans also bunching up at the top of the key. 4 guys all within 5 feet of each other there. But they spread out now. Brown has it, controls it on the right wing. Nate lost his dribble, goes to Robbins mid-range. He goes to Dilly, mid-range jumper again. Rattles it in below the free throw line from 14 feet away to tie it. Second time we've been deadlocked. With less than a minute to go until halftime, the Bulldog fans come to their feet on the far side of the floor.
Oh, wow. Almost another turnover there.
Graber to Yoder, down low to 90, right side, lays it in, and he drew the foul. Braxton Knighty got the foul and gave the Vikings the lead back. Who's the foul on? It'll be on Nolan Robbins of the Bulldogs. That'll be his first and the team's second of the quarter.
DeWitt's been really, really quiet here so far. I know they're shadowing him a lot and everything, but Nate Brown's taken a lot of the offensive load. Troy Dilly's really stepped up. They're going to have some extra guys step up, but DeWitt's too good of a player to be held quiet.
Well, he lost the rebound to Miller Thompson. It's kicked out to Jalen Graber in the corner on the left side. Now back out it goes to Longaker, and Barr-Reeve may be holding for the final shot here.
I bet they are, because this was starting to look like a runaway at one point, 16-6, and Orleans has tightened it back up. Obviously, this is a different time and place. And they played each other, I think, 4 or 5 games in at the beginning of the season.
Actually, it was both their third game of the season when they met on December the 6th.
So it's been a long time, and that was a 20-point blowout. I think Barr-Reeve beat Orleans that bad, but this is a different Orleans team. We've seen them develop.
Well, Dane might have gotten away with a foul, and then Longaker trying to go between defenders, draws a foul there on the Dogs, and that could be trouble here. With 2.9 seconds, I think he's going to get 3 shots.
Man,
he will.
They're going to discuss it.
They're going to. Jevin Redmond, of course, one of the officials in this game tonight. They're going to have a little bit of a chat about this. And let's see what the officials. I mean, Longaker was trying to get between defenders here.
Right.
They are going to give him 3 shots. Well, I think, but that's a case in point for the Bulldogs. You got to have a position in front, and you got to have a hand in his face so he doesn't get that clean of a look there.
Yeah.
Free throw number 1 is good. Longaker made one earlier, mentioned he's an 80% free throw shooter on the season. He's got 13 points. He's been carrying the water for Barr-Reeve offensively in this first half.
He's a good player. He's got a good quick release.
Second free throw just kind of had that Plinko roll, went right down. Longaker, by the way, a 6-foot junior.
Yeah, and he's got a quick release, solid at the free throw line. Obviously, he's not, elite Indiana star or anything like that, but he's a good piece for this team, and he's got some complementary pieces around him. And we've seen multiple teams. You don't need a guy that goes out there and scores 25 a night. You can have a guy that scores 13, a guy that scores 12, a guy that scores 10 and 8. And you can have some solid pieces.
Well, Nate Brown tried to throw up a prayer with Corbin Boyd in his face on the right side of the court there, just behind the half-court line, and that'll take us into halftime. Orleans fans, let the officials hear it as we go to halftime here inside Jack Butcher Arena. Barr-Reeve gets a little bit of a boost before halftime, and they have the lead over the Orleans Bulldogs heading into the locker rooms. Coming up on our halftime report, we'll have final stats and analysis, and we will... Or, halftime stats and analysis, I should say. We're not far from done here, by the way, here in Loogootee tonight. We'll have first half stats and analysis. We have time. We'll check on other sectional championship games around the area as well. 26-21, it's Orleans and trailing Barr-Reeve at halftime. You're listening to Orleans Bulldogs basketball in the sectional 62 championship game here in Loogootee on 96.9 WKLO.
Orleans Auto Value Parts emphasizes the importance of maintaining your current vehicle amidst rising new car prices. They are your local Auto Value dealer offering affordable, high-quality auto parts with reliable service. At Auto Value, you can find a comprehensive selection to keep your car, truck, SUV, or tractor performing at its best. They stock Deca and Interstate batteries, custom-make hoses, and provide paint mixing services to match any vehicle color on the road. Operating hours are convenient, Monday through Friday from 7 a.m. till 6 p.m. and Saturday from 7 a.m. to 1 p.m. Visit them at 153 West Washington Street in Orleans or reach out by phone at 812-865-4444. Whether you need routine maintenance items or specific parts to enhance your vehicle's performance, Orleans Auto Value Parts is dedicated to meeting your automotive needs with quality products and expert service.
Are tax season blues getting you down? Well, worry no more. Introducing Jiffy Tax Shack, your go-to destination for hassle-free tax filing. At Jiffy Tax Shack, they make tax filing a breeze. Experienced team of tax professionals can ensure you get every deduction you deserve. Fast, accurate, and affordable. That's the Jiffy Tax Shack promise. No more stressing over complicated forms and endless paperwork. Your refund is just a visit away. Jiffy Tax Shack in Tazewell, where taxes are made simple. Call 812-338-3258. Don't forget to ask if you qualify for the Earner Income Tax Credit.
Halftime has arrived here inside Jack Butcher Arena here on the campus of Loogootee Junior Senior High School here in the city of Loogootee tonight, along with our statistician and analyst, Brad Deaton. I'm David Deaton with the play-by-play story. Orleans down by 5 at halftime, trailed by as many as 10 in that first quarter of, in the second quarter of play, I should say. And it is Barr-Reeve in front, although Orleans did tie the game at 21, but the Vikings scored the last 5 points of the first half here inside Jack Butcher Arena. They lead 26-21 alongside our statistician and analyst, Brad Deaton. I'm David Deaton with the play-by-play. 2 ties already at 4 apiece and 21 apiece. Orleans was down 10, but they salted away, got to the free throw line with Nate Brown, found themselves back in it, got their footing really not just on offense, but also got it more on defense as well.
Well, and Barr-Reeve was coming out with a defensive intensity, and, you know, they had some passion behind their defense that I saw, and Orleans is just really flat. And I think when they kind of went to that trap, it helped just a tad, but it's not really a trap. It's kind of what we're saying. It's kind of a shadow defense. So I think in the first half, there was just kind of some shadowing, but it's like they would go between that and the man. But Nate Brown really got him back in this game. And I don't know if Barr-Reeve was like, come out physical, come out intense. And if the refs start calling it, then we need to back off or what. But something changed when Nate Brown got fouled. I think it was 4 times he got fouled. But something changed. And then all of a sudden, Barr-Reeve's turning the ball over at the other end. And Orleans really isn't putting that kind of pressure on them. Orleans was kind of giving them open gaps and stuff like that. So it really didn't make much sense. But I don't know if Barr-Reeve just got too excited where they're like, oh, we're going to give them the dagger, and then they throw it out of bounds. Well, then they throw another one. And then, I think they had at least 2 possessions that were straight up turnovers, and probably just a possession or 2 between a couple others, and it was 3 turnovers. Real fast. Orleans worked off those turnovers. It's 26-21 here at half. Barr-Reeve's up by 5. Should only be up by 2, but, silly foul. It was one of those deals again where we're talking about leaving gaps, leaving opportunities. Well, they left Longacre an opportunity. He took it, and then he got fouled, and he kind of threw his arms up like he was going to shoot, and refs gave it to him, gave him the 3 shots. So you've got to close some of those opportunities, especially in that tight of frame. It was under 10 seconds. You've got to close off that lane. You can't go, oh, just give it to him. I don't know necessarily what's going on completely on defense, but it just feels like it's been a shadow defense where it's like they're giving up Barr-Reeve opportunity. but they're kind of trying to see if Barr-Reeve will just kind of make mistakes or just kind of make bad shots. I don't know, but definitely interesting because we've talked about that trade-off too of you play zone against the team, you give them a gap. If you collapse in too hard, they're kicking out shooters. If you don't collapse in, what's the guy going to do? And I really haven't seen him completely collapse in, so it's been interesting. It's really hard to explain. This is one of those games that's just hard to explain. It's just teams are making turnovers, making bad decisions. Sometimes the other team's cashing in, but Nate Brown getting to the line that many times there in the first half, that's really what saved Orleans Bacon right now.
Let's take a look at the scoring and shooting for both teams. Kirsten Longaker, 15 points for Barr-Reeve. He made 3 threes in that first half and also completed 4 out of 4 free throws, including those 3 he had right before halftime with 2.9 seconds on the clock. So Longaker has 15 points. Braxton Knighty, 5 points, 3 in the first quarter and 2 in the second quarter. Carson Yoder, 2 in the first, 2 in the second. He's got 4 points. And Josh Miller with a basket for 2 in the first quarter. He's got 2 points as well. Jalen Graber, Corbin Boyd, Miller Thompson, and then at the end of the half, Wrigley Works snuck in there, 6'2 sophomore. Those guys all saw time but did not score for Barr-Reeve. They shot 9 of 18 in the first half, 50% from the floor, 3 out of 6 from behind the arc, 50%, and they were 5 out of 9 at the free throw line for 56% in total. As for the Bulldogs in the first half, Nate Brown, 13 points, had 4 in the first quarter, 9 in the second, 4 free throws, a 3 and a 2. So Nate has 13 to lead the way. Troy Dilley, 2 mid-range baskets for 4 points in the second quarter. Owen Gilbert, a basket for 2 in the second. He's got 2. And then Alex DeWitt, 2 early free throws, 2 points for him so far. Nolan Robbins and Dane Freed have seen time. So has Mason Freed, but none of them have scored so far for the Bulldogs here in this first half of play. Shooting-wise, the Bulldogs are actually doing well there. 7 out of 13 for 54% in the first 2 quarters. 1 out of 2 from behind the arc for 50%, and they made all 6 of their free throws in that first half of play. 13-6 Barr-Reeve at the end of the first. The Bulldogs won the second quarter, though, by a total of 15-13 to get the lead to 26-21. Here at halftime. Down in Borden, quick update there in Sectional 63. The winner of that game will play the winner of this game in a regional championship next week. It's a barn burner down there. West Washington with a 27-26 lead over the Braves at halftime. Let's go over the additional numbers between Orleans and Barr-Reeve here in the first half real quick.
For the Barr-Reeve Vikings, 9 team rebounds, 5 team turnovers, and 4 team assists. Carson Yoder and Braxton Knighty with 2 rebounds apiece. Josh Miller and Jalen Graber with 1 rebound apiece. And Kirsten Longnecker with 3 rebounds. 2 assists for Carson Yoder, 1 assist for Jalen Graber and Kirsten Longnecker. For the Orleans Bulldogs, 18 rebounds, 5 team turnovers, 5 team assists. Nate Brown with 1 rebound, along with Nolan Robbins and Mason Freed, both with 1 rebound. Troy Dilley with 2 rebounds, and Alex DeWitt with 3 rebounds. 2 assists apiece for Owen Gilbert and Nolan Robbins, and Mason Freed with 1 assist there in the first half.
Take a quick break. Third quarter coming up next. It's Barr-Reeve 26 and Orleans 25. You're listening to Orleans, or 21 rather. You're listening to Orleans Bulldogs basketball on 96.9 WKLO.
At Harrison County Hospital, your health is their top priority. Dr. John Gonzaba and the entire team at General Surgery Associates are proud to expand their surgical expertise with 2 outstanding surgeons. Dr. Karen Johnson-Burkhorst specializes in appendectomy, breast surgery, colonoscopy, gallbladder surgery, hernia repair, and minimally invasive procedures. And Dr. Stephen Thomas focuses on wound care, skin cancers, diabetic foot issues, and more. Call 812-738-0177 today to schedule your appointment. Learn more at hchin.org.
Third quarter getting started here inside Jack Butcher Arena on the campus of Loogootee Junior Senior High School here in the town of Loogootee, along with our statistician and analyst, Brad Deaton. I'm David Deaton with the play-by-play story. It is now third quarter. Barr-Reeve with the basketball in their home white uniforms with the black letters and numbers, the black and red trim on the jersey. Orleans in the road black uniforms, white letters and numbers, red and white trim. Kirsten Longaker with it, right wing, gives it over to from left to right. Now Longaker gets it back left side, fires a 3, hits the rim twice, can't go. Rebound, Nate Brown had it. couldn't quite get a hold of it because Jalen Graber was behind him contesting it. Both teams come back out with their starting fives for Barr-Reeve, Carson Yoder, Kirsten Longaker, Jalen Graber, Braxton Knighty, and Josh Miller. Inbound, oh boy, Nate not going to get away with that one. He came down hard, not intentionally necessarily, but as Graber was trying to go up on the left side, he drew the contact. He'll go to the line for 2 shots. Foul on Nate Brown will be his first, and the first on the Bulldogs here in the third quarter with 7:28 to go.
Looks like Nate's holding his knee just a little bit too. I don't know if he come down a little awkward. Obviously, he's probably going to push through it, whatever it is.
Yeah, I would say you're right. Second free throw good after Graber was able to knock down the first. He's got his first 2 points of this sectional championship game. 28-21, Barr-Reeve out in front by 7. Just 40 seconds into the third quarter. Up the floor with it, Gilbert gives it over to Nate Brown on the right side. Brown will circle it to the middle, goes back right side to Gilbert again. Gilbert will dribble around top of the key. He'll give it back to Nate on the right side now. Man-to-man defense for Barr-Reeve. Down low to Mason Freed. Under the basket. Goes up. Can't get it to go. Gets his own rebound. Goes up a second time. Missed it short off the front of the cylinder. But he will draw the foul. And Mason Freed will step to the free throw line for Orleans here at 7:02 to go in the third quarter. The foul was on Barr-Reeve's Braxton Knighty. That'll be his second. Team's first of the quarter on the Vikings. Foul trouble here. Yoder with 2. Miller had 2 in the first half. Knighty just picked up his second. Mason misses the first free throw off the right side of the rim. And as for Orleans, Mason was the only one who had foul trouble with 2 himself in that first half of play. They'll try to split the difference here. Second free throw. He eyes it, puts it in the air, and rims it out. No good. Rebound comes down to Carson Yoder. He'll drive it up the floor, kicks it out to the right corner to Jalen Graber. Up to the wing, deflected pass comes to Longaker. Back down again to Graber, to Yoder. He'll take it to the paint. Fake, kick it over to Miller. Big head fake, drives, puts up a teardrop, missed just about everything except the right side of the rim, and Mason Freed is able to wrestle the rebound. Then he turns it over. Miller steals it, gets it inside to Graber. Miller gets it back up, and then they're going to call a foul on Troy Dilley.
I didn't like that call.
He didn't make contact, but this is the way it is. 90% of the time, though, if you swat down like that, they'll call a foul whether you make contact or not. But it's not going to be Dilley who picks up the foul. It's going to be Nate Brown with the body contact in front. That'll be 2 now on Nate and the team's second of the quarter. Free throw on the way, and Miller able to get that. He's a lefty. His first free throw of the night, his third point. And the lead is now up to 8 for Barr-Reeve again here early in the third quarter. Second free throw on the way, Miller buries that one. He has not really had a good season overall. He's been kind of average, 65% at the line, but he looked good on both of those. And he makes it 30-21 Vikings. On the first Harrison Banking Butler scoreboard. With it in the front court is Nate Brown. He'll dribble from right to left. Has it now to the volleyball spike line. Nate gets a screen, lines up a 3, drills it. They backed off of him, and he made him pay for his 16th point of the night. He cuts it down to 30-24, Barr-Reeve. 6:10 to go here in the third.
That's a long shot, but he nailed it.
Well, they sagged off, and he made him pay for that one. Now up the floor with it is Yoder. Gives it back to Longaker just below the big letter L at midcourt on the right side. Bounces it to Yoder, right wing. Back to the corner. Longaker goes down there to get it. Yoder gets it back again. Gets it back to Longaker again for a 3. Missed this one off the heel of the rim. Alex DeWitt, left block, able to garner the rebound for Orleans. Gets it to Nate. He'll bring it up the floor. Takes it left side. Gets into the paint. Drives it around his defender. Goes up. Got it to go. He drew another foul.
He's refusing to lose. He is the one fighting for these Bulldogs right now.
The foul was on Barr-Reeve's Jalen Graber, his first, team second. Nate, kind of like I was talking about with Longaker carrying the offensive water, that's what Nate's done for Orleans all night so far. Free throw is good, by the way. He's got 6 in the quarter, 19 on the night.
He's got to have help. They've got, and I'm wondering, because I think down there they were trying to get Mason Freed involved a little bit. But where's DeWitt? They need DeWitt.
Well, they work it around. Barr-Reeve has it in their front court. Got it down to the paint. Kicked it back out to Longaker right side. I believe it was Graber who did that. Now it's Yoder with it between the circles. So go left wing to Jalen Graber. 5:18 to go third quarter. Down to Longaker in the left corner. Back out to Graber well beyond the arc on the left side. He'll drive, and he'll draw contact. Foul on the floor, and this one will be whistled on the Bulldogs' Troy Dilley, who came off the bench here. Troy came in for Nolan Robbins earlier. That foul on Dilly will be his first, and that's now 3 on Orleans. One more foul to give before they send the Vikings into the bonus at 5:11 to go here in the third. 30-27 Barr-Reeve on the first Harrison Banking Butler scoreboard. Inbound to Graber left side to Longaker for 3. Buries another one. And a timeout is called from the Barr-Reeve bench. Heath Howington wanting to talk things over with his team as Longaker gets his 18th point. 5:03 to go in the third quarter. It's 33-27. Vikings in front of Orleans. You're listening to Orleans Bulldogs basketball on Gold 98, or actually here on 96.9 WKLO.
Giving parental permission for children to drink might feel like a chance for safe supervision, but the reality is you're increasing the risk of future alcohol abuse and negative consequences. In addition to the potential for misuse down the road, we also know that alcohol use by teenagers has a damaging effect on brain development. If you really want the best for your child, ask yourself, what message are you sending? Paid for by Our Place Drug and Alcohol Education Services.
Well, Orleans finds themselves in a difficult spot right now with 5:03 to go here in the third quarter, as they are down 33-27 after a Kirsten Longaker three-pointer. Barr-Reeve going to show this three-quarter court press that they like to put on, but they back out of it into the half court as Nate Brown has it on the right side. Nate spins off his defender. That looked like a clean strip, but we're a mile away from the floor. Might have been a little contact with the arm there. The official calling that one tight. The foul will be on Carson Yoder of Barr-Reeve. That'll be his third and the team's third of this quarter. And the foul will send Nate Brown to the line for 2 shots. Nate has been the primary breadwinner offensively. His first free throw is good. He's got 20 now. Saw him do this at North Harrison back in December. He had 27 that night, so he's capable of going off like this.
This is a Paul Stroud strategy. This was, I'm sticking to it.
Second free throw is good. Back to the Indiana State days, right? Oh, man. Wore the number before Larry Bird. Yeah. 4:50 to go in the third quarter. 33-29 after Nate made both free throws. He has 21 points now. The Vikings still in front by 4 on the first Harrison Banking Butler scoreboard. It's Barr-Reeve with it in the front court. It is Longaker taking it from right to left on the dribble. Coach Bradley trying to get his guys in position defensively. Yeah. Longaker dribbles to the left. Gives it back over to the right side to Yoder. He drives. He gets around defenders, and he lays it up and in. The Bulldog defenders just kind of went by him, and he knocks that in to make it 35-29. 4:20 to go. Brown, right side baseline, dribbles in. Puts up a tough contested shot off the backboard, rolled around the rim, and a foul is going to be called on the rebound. It will go on the Dogs. It might be on Nate, actually.
Yeah, they got him thrown to the back.
He made contact on that rebound. That's now 3 on Brown, and that really puts the Bulldogs in a touch of a bind right now as Nolan Robbins will return. He'll replace Troy Dilly in the rotation now. So the lineup now is Gilbert, Brown, Robbins, DeWitt, and Mason Freed, while the Vikings have Kirsten Longaker, Carson Yoder, as well as Braxton Knighty, Jalen Graber, and Josh Miller. Their starting 5 has been out there the whole half so far. 4 minutes to go here in the third. Yoder up top, goes left or right wing with it to Graber, dribbles baseline, backs it out, now kicks it up to Yoder again on the right perimeter. Yoder will dribble down to the paint. Turns on his defender, goes up, shot too strong, back of the rim. DeWitt able to go up and get a nice rebound there for the Bulldogs, holding the Vikings to 1 shot and out, which they have done for a good chunk of the night so far. Brown with it into the forecourt now. 3.5 minutes to go in the third. Bulldogs down by 6. Brown dribbling around up top. Gets it down to the left elbow. Kicks it. Gilbert, 3, left corner up. Can't get it to go. Rolls off the side of the backboard right side. Rebound down to the Vikings. Kirsten Longaker on that right baseline. 3:19 to go here in the third. Longaker with it in the front court below the timeline on the right. He's got Robbins on him in the trap. It's kind of, well, it's actually man-to-man defense now for Orleans.
That's probably one of the better matchups I think you can put on him, though. I think Gilbert's just a little slow on the step, and then if it gets physical down low, Longaker's pretty stout. And him and Gilbert are close to the same size. I think Longaker's just got a little more physicality.
A little taller, maybe just a touch stronger as far as his strength meter is concerned. Longaker has it up top off the pass from Knighty. Dribbles around Mason Freed. Gets down low. Nice fake. Goes up. Draws the foul. And he got the basket on the turnaround shot from 14 feet away to go with it. Mason got him on the arm. And that brings the Viking contingency to their feet. That'll be the third foul on Mason Freed, and that'll be the team's fifth of the quarter. Barr-Reeve will be in the double bonus for the final 2:37 of the quarter. That'll put Longaker at the free throw line. He now has 20 on the night himself, 21 as he knocks in the free throw and makes it 38-29. Barr-Reeve in front by 9. They've been up by as much as 10 so far tonight. Brown with it in the front court. Lost his dribble. Goes over right wing to Mason Freed. Back out it goes to Nate. Nate turns on Knighty, drives it by him, gets it down into the sideline to Gilbert. He throws a pass deflected and stolen. Longaker coast to coast layup, got it again. Right side, and Coach Bradley has to call timeout with 2:14 to go here in the third quarter. It is the biggest hole Orleans has been in tonight, 40-29 on the First Harrison Banking Butler scoreboard. You're listening to Orleans Bulldogs basketball in the Sectional 62 semifinal right here on 96.9 WKLO.
Are you looking for top quality crushed stone in Harrison County? Look no further than Davis Crushed Stone in DePaul. At Davis Crushed Stone, they have been serving Southern Indiana for years, providing the highest quality crushed stone for all your construction needs. Their locally sourced stone is perfect for driveways, roads, landscaping, and much more. Plus, the friendly staff can assist you with your order, ensuring you get exactly what you need. They'll even deliver it right to your doorstep, making your project hassle-free. Choose Davis Crushed Stone for your next project. Give them a call at 812-347-2707.
Tired of slow internet and weak Wi-Fi? Get connected with Orange County Fiber, your local reliable fiber internet service. With powerful parental controls, device prioritization, and built-in cybersecurity, your whole family can browse, stream, and game with confidence. And that's not all. Some plans even include indoor and outdoor cameras or video doorbells for extra peace of mind. Call Orange County Fiber at 812-865-2229. Fast, safe, and smart internet for your home or business.
2:14 to go in the third quarter here at Jack Butcher Arena in Loogootee. It is Barr-Reeve out in front 40-29 as they have gone on a run of 7 unanswered points here. Nate Brown has it against the pressure into the front court. Brown gets it knocked away from behind. Knighty steals it, throws it ahead to Longaker. Layup left side, got it with the right hand scoop. Longaker has 25 points, and he is just flat out trying to bury the Bulldogs right now.
They're bringing that pressure again, that defensive intensity. And Orleans is just, I think they're gassed or something. They just don't look right.
Seems like they're a little shaken right now. 1:47 to go in the third, down by 13, and the pass deflected out of bounds off the Vikings. Nate was trying to go down to the right corner. He gets it off the inbound now and takes it to the middle of the floor. By the way, Paoli up 25-18 on Providence at Salem in sectional 46 right now with 22 seconds to go in the third quarter. Gilbert to Mason Freed in the left corner off ball movement. Skip pass to Brown on the right wing. He fakes. He drives it on Knighty. Strong move. Can't get the shot to go right side on the drive, and Yoder comes away with the rebound deflected to him. Up the floor now, and, well,
it's Brown.
He flat out drew that on Nate. He baited him into that one. And the foul was going to be on Nate Brown, and that's 4 now on the leading scorer and the offensive energizer bunny for Orleans tonight.
Brown's exhausted too. You can tell he's had 3 quarters of that kind of workload and just no help on the offensive end. That's been the worst struggle. He's got what, 20? You said?
Let me check that again. 18, 20. See, 21. Both free throws missed for Carson Yoder, by the way, at the free throw line. That's something I'm sure that hasn't happened to him very much this year. Yoder 72% on the season. Owen Gilbert getting pressured in the front court. Brown still out there despite the 4 fouls. Tries to go down low to Alex. DeWitt gets it inside, lays it up over a defender, muscled it in for his 4th point on the right side. 42-31. A stop and another basket here would really go a long way for the Bulldogs going into the 4th quarter.
It could.
Down by 13.
Barr-Reeve's going to try to milk it.
Now down 11. After that basket, it's Longaker with it near half court. He'll lob it over to Jalen Graber on the left side below the timeline. Down to the sideline to Yoder, about 5 feet in front of him. Yoder dribbles it around to the middle of the front court. Kicks it over to Longaker on the right side.
I'd watch this because if he can draw that fifth foul on Nate, it's going to be a big problem.
Well, Brown trying to play off him as much as he can. Graber has it now left side with 18 seconds to go. Back over it goes into the middle to Longaker at the half-court circle. He crosses over Brown down to 12 seconds. Backs it out near the timeline to the right.
Clearing it out. He's going to see what he can get.
Longaker lobs it left corner to Miller, cross court. Drives it, kicks it baseline, jumper on the way, and it's off the mark as Yoder missed just about everything on that. Might have clipped the rim. And we're at the end of three quarters here inside Jack Butcher Arena. It is Barr-Reeve in front, 42-31 on the First Harrison Banking Butler scoreboard heading into the fourth. You're listening to Orleans Bulldogs basketball in the Sectional 62 championship right here on 96.9 WKLO.
Looking for a reliable landline phone service you can trust? With Orange County Fiber, you'll get crystal clear phone service that's perfect for staying connected. Home or business, we've got plans that fit. Bundle with fiber service or home security monitoring and save every month. Count on the local service you already know and trust with Orange County Fiber. Visit us at www.myremc.coop or call 812-865-2229. Simple, dependable service made just for you.
At Harrison County Hospital, your health is their top priority. Dr. John Gonzaba and the entire team at General Surgery Associates are proud to expand their surgical expertise with two outstanding surgeons. Dr. Karen Johnson-Burkhorst specializes in appendectomy, breast surgery, colonoscopy, gallbladder surgery, hernia repair, and minimally invasive procedures. And Dr. Stephen Thomas focuses on wound care, skin cancers, diabetic foot issues, and more. Call 812-738-0177 today to schedule your appointment. Learn more at hchin.org.
Fourth quarter getting started here at Jack Butcher Arena here in Loogootee. Sectional 62 championship game here tonight, along with our statistician and analyst, Brad Deaton. I'm David Deaton with the play-by-play. Orleans trailing 42-31 entering this fourth and final quarter as Owen Gilbert has it taken away from him at mid-court to start the quarter. Yoder back out to Longaker on the right wing. Nate Brown to the bench. Troy Dilley will start the fourth quarter for Orleans. Nate, keep in mind, does have those 4 fouls. The Bulldogs line up otherwise as Nolan Robbins, Alex DeWitt, and Mason Freed. Knighty gets it high post. Gilbert knocks it away and steals it. He's got a 2-on-1. If he can take it, he gets by his defender, misses the layup. DeWitt goes up. He missed the putback. Yoder comes in to get the rebound, only for Troy Dilley to tie him up. They call the jump ball. The arrow, fortunately for the Vikings, will stay with them. But I thought Troy was going to get decked for a foul there after the way he reached around to grab it.
Yeah. Kind of a, not necessarily a bailout call, but just kind of like, probably should have called something a little different.
Well, Mason Freed knocks it away from Yoder in the backcourt, and Coach Bradley gets a timeout before a jump ball can be called with 7:14 to go in the fourth quarter. Orleans getting the timeout, down by 11 still as we're early in the fourth quarter here tonight. You're listening to Orleans Bulldogs basketball in the Sectional 62 championship on 96.9 WKLO.
Looking to update your floors? Denny's Carpet in Corden has been your local expert for over 35 years. From cozy carpets to durable hardwoods and stylish vinyl, they have it all and at prices you love. With top-notch customer service and affordable options, they make it easy to transform your space. Plus, enjoy special discounts on select flooring. Stop by or call 812-738-8466 off Highway 62 in Corden. Denny's Carpet, because they know quality and affordability matter.
Hi, this is John Bender. Since 1931, Bender Lumber has been providing superior service along with quality, innovative building products at fair, competitive prices. In communities throughout southern Indiana, our locations are the primary supplier to residential builders, professional remodelers, as well as do-it-yourselfers who rely on our knowledgeable sales staff to do whatever it takes to proudly serve them and to get the job done. So here's to the first 90 years of local people serving local needs at Bender Lumber.
Real country, pure country. 96.9 WKLO, Hardinsburg, Corydon, Paoli.
Well, out of the timeout, Alex DeWitt manages to get a sweeping hook in the lane to go down. His 6th point of the night, 42-33, 6:45 left here in the fourth quarter as Kirsten Longaker handles it for Barr-Reeve. He's out there with Josh Miller, Braxton Knighty, Jalen Graber, and Carson Yoder. Gets around his defender, kicks it left corner out to Knighty. Out to the wing now to Yoder. And Owen Gilbert trying to take it away from behind as Yoder took it to the top of the arc. Owen going to be called for the bump and the reach in, whichever they decide to call there, and that'll be his second foul of the night, team's first of the quarter.
Well, it's good to see DeWitt getting involved on the offensive end. They're going to have a push from somebody. I think Nate's maybe getting his second wind, but, Nate's taking so much of it on his back. They've got to have some extra pieces step up in this fourth quarter and help.
A trap over on the left sideline as Miller cross-court passes and to Knighty, and he draws a foul. This one will be the fourth now on Mason Freed. The shot blocker for Orleans, their top two shot blockers both have 4 fouls. That's now 4 on the senior Freed at 6'6". That'll be his fourth and the team's second of the quarter. So the Dogs will be on defense again. Barr-Reeve inbounding next to their bench. It is Miller that's Graber to inbound it there. Gets it in to Yoder, to Longaker right side. To Yoder, top of the key. Down low to Knighty on the left block. He'll go one-on-one. He'll turn. He'll kick it up to Longaker. Barr-Reeve just trying to run as much clock as they can, up by 9 with 5:55 to go here in the fourth quarter. Pass to Graber in the left corner. Graber back out. It goes again to Yoder on the left side. Back down. Pass a little soft there to Graber, but he gets around his defender. Gets it down low to Yoder on the left baseline. However, before he could save it, he stepped out of bounds. And it is going to go back over to Orleans. Some of the Barr-Reeve contingency wanted a foul, but nothing doing on that.
Well, they've shot themselves in the foot sometimes, and they get either too rushed or whatever else. Owen Gilbert's having problems with that matchup now.
Longaker almost took it away, but fortunately for Owen, he got it back. Then he falls down. Maybe a bump there, not really all that much contact, though. And Brown gets it back out near the half-court circle. Right side of it goes to Gilbert on the wing. Owen got to be strong with the basketball here. He gets it poked away again. Longaker has just put him in the torture chamber right now.
They need Nate or somebody else to bring it up because he's starting to have problems.
Longaker is really doing a nice job poking it away from him. Here's a pass. Oh, man. Mason trying to go down low to DeWitt from the left wing, but Alex could not catch it. He lost it underneath, and it'll be a turnover to the Vikings. Only plus side is Orleans hasn't had very many over the last 3 quarters. Inbound over to Longaker. They'll try to bring it up the floor left side. Gilbert tries to poke it away. Longaker going to go all the way to the rim. Freed rejects him, denied. DeWitt saves it, inbounds to Yoder, left side of the floor. Brown, he's got to be careful. Almost got that fifth. He was really close. Yoder drives around the top of the key, and he draws a foul. That'll be a bump on Troy Dilley. That foul on Troy is going to be his second. Team's third of the quarter now with 4:46 to go. Bulldogs down by 9. They've been able to neutralize Barr-Reeve's offense, but they got to get their offense going. It'll have to start with a stop here. Miller the inbound, and an offensive foul is going to be whistled on Barr-Reeve. Or is it? Or is that a 5-second violation? No, it was an offensive foul. And it will be on Braxton Knighty. That's going to be his third, team's fourth. The Viking fans didn't say really anything about that call. They must have agreed with it there.
I didn't see it. I was looking at Longaker and a couple other guys. I wasn't paying much attention to Knighty and what he was doing. He hasn't been much of a factor since first half, really.
Well, the Bulldogs have it in their front court. They rotate it around. Brown from Gilbert gets it on the right side from the top to Freed up top. Goes high-low to DeWitt, and they're going to call a foul on the Vikings. DeWitt was going to the ground. He got undercut a little bit.
DeWitt hit the floor and went like this. I was shooting. I don't think he was shooting.
He wasn't even close. No. The foul was on Carson Yoder, his fourth, team's first of the quarter.
He's going to try to get to the line if he can.
Well, he's going to have to actually shoot the ball in order to do that next time. The Orleans fans, look, I hate to disagree with the Bulldog fans, but there was no way he was in the act of shooting whatsoever. There's a wet spot on the floor. Not surprising considering DeWitt went down right there in the middle of the paint, and he's been out there virtually the entire time. I'm not sure that he's actually come out of this game tonight.
I don't think he has. I think him and Brown have been out there the entire game. I know Freed came out for a little bit. Gilbert's come out for a little bit. Dilly. But I think Brown and DeWitt have been out there the entire time.
DeWitt gets the inbound, hands it to Nate, fires a 3 left corner, missed it off the heel of the rim, too strong. Jalen Graber gets the rebound. Owen Gilbert tries to come up from behind and can't get it away from Graber. Up the floor to Longaker, over to Yoder on the right wing. Yoder gets Gilbert on his back, drives at free throw line, and kicks it out to Longaker with 4 minutes to go in the fourth. He'll drive inside, Dish it off to Knighty. Layup, got it, and the foul. Knighty was open on the left side. He finally scores here in the second half. His 7th point of the night. Foul is on Owen Gilbert of Orleans, his 3rd, team's 4th. And that'll send Braxton Knighty, who is just 1 out of 5 at the line tonight. He's now 2 out of 6 as he buries that free throw for his 8th point. 45-33. The lead is 12. The Bulldogs running out of time and options. The path is getting pretty narrow right now. Brown has it up top. Ball stripped away and stolen. Carson Yoder got it off Knighty's poke away there. Up the floor, Longaker with it left corner. Brown probably got away with one there.
Yeah, he did. He did.
He goes as Longaker gives it over right side. Ball knocked away, stolen. It's loose. Now DeWitt steals it, throws it into Dilly, but Jalen Graber steps in front of him left side on the front court and steals it back. Longaker with it in the back court. Up to Graber on the sideline. Graber trying to get it down low to Knighty. He does just that. He turns it out, right block, kicks it up to the wing with 3:16 to go. Yoder between 2 defenders, and I think Nate just fouled out of the game.
Well, and they got to think, too, Knighty was down here on the block. Freed's got 4 fouls. If he gave Freed a good head fake or got him to swat down, you know, you don't want to get blocked. You don't want to waste a possession. But Freed's on the chopping block, too, with 4 fouls. So if you're Knighty, I think you got to play, hey, I'm going to try to go into this guy and see if I can draw contact.
Nate Brown fouls out. He will foul out with a team-high 21 points. Free throw for Yoder. He rims it in and out, and then it finally falls through. He went 0 for 2 in the 3rd quarter. He's now got 7 points here tonight in this sectional championship. Barr-Reeve starting to see the finish line now, up by 13. Second free throw is up and good for Yoder. He's got 8 now, 47-33. The biggest lead now, 14 for the Vikings here tonight. Up the floor with it, Gilbert across the timeline to Dilly on the left side. Troy gets it up top, pulls up, free throw line jumper, can't get it to go left side. Nolan Robbins tries to grab the rebound, poked away from him under the basket. Josh Miller touched it last. It'll stay with the Dogs. 3:03 to go.
It's hard to watch the Orleans team go down like this. You know, it just Barr-Reeve's a good team. You just can't get around that. It's a good team.
Here's a shot again. This one way off for Troy.
Oh, that was DeWitt.
DeWitt, rather, as he tried to fire one up off balance. And now, down by 14, and Barr-Reeve's been working clock here in the quarter. They work it around the perimeter. Yoder to Graber, left wing to left corner, and then a reach-in foul is going to be called on the Dogs with 2:40 to go. And the foul will send Barr-Reeve's Carson Yoder back to the free throw line. 3rd foul on Troy Dilly. The Bulldogs already over the limit. Barr-Reeve will shoot 2 free throws on the Orleans defensive fouls the rest of the night. Free throw number 1, Yoder sinks that. He is 1 point away from reaching double figures here tonight. We'll have another shot coming here. Free throw number 2 would give Barr-Reeve their 16-point edge, and he rims it in. Yoder's got 10. He joins Longaker as the only double-figure scorer for the Vikings here tonight. And now a steal again.
Right away.
Dane Freed in there for the Dogs. Stolen away, Yoder down low to Knighty. Fakes, goes up, lays it in right side, and he now has his 10th point. He's the 3rd double-figure scorer. And then another steal. Freed gets it taken away by Yoder, and then a foul is going to be called on Alex DeWitt. And the Viking fans come to their feet. They can see this one now. It has just completely gotten away from Orleans, much like it did North Davies last night. Not by the same volume. The second foul on DeWitt, by the way. Not by the same volume, because it became a 35-point lead last night, but now it's 19 after Yoder makes this free throw.
Tell you what, whoever comes out of Borden, West Washington is going to have a heck of a time. I think Barr-Reeve's going to be really tough to beat.
Yoder missed the second free throw. Rebound to the Bulldogs. Dane Freed has it. Trying to get it across the timeline, does to Owen Gilbert at the volleyball line on the right. Owen has it, and Coach Bradley going to call timeout. He just wants to sub Caden Burning into the game here. This will just be a quick substitution timeout with 2:04 to go. Caden Burning, one of the seniors on this Orleans team. He'll come in for Mason Freed, and that might be the last we see of Mason tonight. Yeah. They'll sub Corbin Boyd in, Barr-Reeve. First time we've seen him here in the final 2 quarters. He'll replace Josh Miller, who will get a standing ovation from the Viking faithful. Final 2 minutes of the quarter. Some of the Orleans fans starting to head for the exits. They're down 19 with less than 2 minutes to go. And they have it in their possession. Freed goes baseline down to Alex DeWitt. Big move, foul, counted, and the basket to go with the and one opportunity here for Alex DeWitt, who just got his 8th point of the contest. They'll go to the line for 1 shot. Foul is on Barr-Reeve's Braxton Knighty. That's his 4th. Only the 2nd on the team here in this 4th quarter. It's only been 1 season, but Heath Allington, what a job he's done as DeWitt gets his 10th point on that his 9th point rather on that free throw.
That's a prime program to start out with. You can say, oh, they lost a lot. That program's been churning for 15 years?
Oh,
at least
longer than that. We're talking over. I mean, they've had 12 or more wins. If you read the program that they have on their home games, they've had 12 or more wins for the past half century plus, which is amazing. The foul, by the way, on let's see, Dane Freed, his 2nd. Put the Vikings' Pearson Longaker back to the line. Heath Allington had been at North Posey for many years. As the free throw goes for Longaker, he keeps adding to his game-high total. He's been at North Posey for years. He spent the last 5 years at Evansville Memorial, comes to Barr-Reeve, and it's been a natural fit so far.
Yeah, and it'd be like, and I would put it at this kind of rate. It would be like Brandon Hoffman handing over the keys at Silver Creek and somebody coming in and having an opportunity. And, they're at Brownstown with Dave Benner. I mean, it's that kind of program.
Billy misses a mid-range jumper on the other end. Can't get that to go. The Dogs are going away from us. Gilbert gets it from Dane Freed. Fires a left corner 3. Can't get that. DeWitt goes and gets the rebound somehow. Goes up. Missed that shot. Tips the rebound. Out of bounds right baseline. Alex giving it all he's got. He's not going to leave anything on that floor, but it's all going to be academic at this point with a 54-36 margin in favor of the Vikings. The number 2 team in Class A on the verge of 24-1 and winning their program's 19th sectional in their illustrious history over in Montgomery. Their campus is about 8 miles from here.
Yeah, this is basically like home for them.
It is home away from home. They won this 2 years ago in 5 overtimes in the sectional championship. It's not going to be that dramatic this time. Freed trying to foul. Couldn't get it. Longaker has it at half court. Coach Allington going to call a substitution timeout. Coach Bradley will get in a couple of guys. Blaze Tolliver will check in. 6-foot junior at forward will come in for DeWitt. Reese Petty will check in. Reese is a 5'9 junior. He'll join Owen Gilbert, Caden Burning, as well as Dane Freed. Barr-Reeve goes with a fresh 5. Brody Stoll, who is a junior at 5'9. And also sending out there Caleb Moffitt, who is one of the 3 seniors at 5'10". Also Easton Graber, who is a sophomore at 6 foot tall. Then you have Wrigley Wirtz at 6'2" and a sophomore. He's back out there again for the 2nd time. Came in late 2nd quarter. And the last guy is Bennett Cornelius, a 6'3" senior for the Vikings. Final 37 seconds. This one all but over. Barr-Reeve is about to win their 7th sectional in the last 11 years, their 2nd in the last 3 seasons. Rotated around. Wirtz has it on the left baseline, dribbles to the block, kicks it back out up to the wing now to Caleb Moffitt. Left side now over to Easton Graber. To Brody Stoll between the circles. Final 15 seconds. Moffitt, cross-court pass over to Graber from left to right. Easton Graber will hold it. Final 7 seconds will tick off the clock. And the Barr-Reeve Vikings return to the top of the mountain here at Loogootee in Sectional 62. The Viking crowd below us here. And it is Barr-Reeve who wins the Sectional 62 championship, knocking off the Orleans Bulldogs 54-36, the final on the First Harrison Banking Butler scoreboard here this evening at Jack Butcher Arena in Loogootee. A hard pill to swallow for this Orleans basketball team, who made it back to their 4th consecutive sectional championship game. Foul trouble, some turnovers, and missed opportunities added up on the Bulldogs there in the second half, and they will be runner-up for the 3rd time in the last 4 years here in this illustrious building. The defending state champions have been toppled here tonight inside this historic building. Barr-Reeve will advance to next week's Class A Regional Championship. It will be the regional, trying to think now, I believe this will be the Regional 31 Championship. The location to be determined. It will either be revealed late tonight or by tomorrow early afternoon. As Alex DeWitt and Nate Brown come out to get the runner-up ball, the Bulldogs were already mostly headed back to the locker room, but they got Alex and Nate to come back out to accept the runner-up ball as Orleans will finish with a 20-5 record on the season. Barr-Reeve gets their 15th consecutive win, improving to 24-1. Their students storm the floor, and they surround their team, who hoists the trophy, winning it over Orleans for the second time in the last 3 years. The Barr-Reeve Vikings are the Sectional 62 champions, 54-36 the final, here tonight at Jack Butcher Arena on the First Harrison Banking Butler scoreboard. We'll head into our Davis Crushstone postgame show. On the other side of the break, we'll have final stats and analysis. We'll talk with head coach Tom Bradley of Orleans, and we'll update you on what else is happening around the area tonight as well. All of that coming up in our postgame show. 54-36. Barr-Reeve wins tonight. You're listening to Orleans Bulldogs basketball in the Sectional 62 Championship right here on 96.9 WKLO.
Hi, I'm Emery Jones, Career Education Coordinator at Prosser in New Albany. It's never too late to level up your life. Whether you're changing careers or finishing your education, Prosser Adult Education offers affordable classes to help you earn workforce readiness, improve your skills, or train for a high-demand job. Visit ProsserCareers.com or call us at 812-542-8508 to get started. Prosser Adult Education. Your future, your move.
Orleans Auto Value Parts emphasizes the importance of maintaining your current vehicle amidst rising new car prices. They are your local auto value dealer offering affordable, high-quality auto parts with reliable service. At Auto Value, you can find a comprehensive selection to keep your car, truck, SUV, or tractor performing at its best. They stock Deca and Interstate batteries, custom make hoses, and provide paint mixing services to match any vehicle color on the road. Operating hours are convenient Monday through Friday from 7 a.m. till 6 p.m. and Saturday from 7 a.m. to 1 p.m. Visit them at 153 West Washington Street in Orleans or reach out by phone at 812-865-4444. Whether you need routine maintenance items or specific parts to enhance your vehicle's performance, Orleans Auto Value Parts is dedicated to meeting your automotive needs with quality products and expert service.
At First Harrison, the Banking Butler is more than just a banking app. It's who we are. It's a level of service we've delivered for more than 130 years. If you need to borrow money for a home loan, car loan, even loans for boats, RVs, you name it, First Harrison Bank will get you competitive rates with fast, local decisions. Apply online at firstharrison.com. The Banking Butler. It's who we are. Keep it easy. Keep it local. First Harrison Bank. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
The Barr-Reeve Vikings celebrating another sectional, their 19th in program history. It is the 7th title the Vikings have won over the last 11 seasons. This was a competitive game in the first half. We had 2 ties. Orleans had a couple of chances to take the lead early on and then in that second quarter, but the bad news for the Bulldogs was they never could establish a consistent presence offensively or defensively tonight. They'll walk out of here with their heads down, but they have got to be proud of the way they were able to continue to grow and the way they developed all season long. But when you run into the number 2 team in Class A and a team that is playing as well connected as Barr-Reeve is, it's always going to be an uphill climb. The Bulldogs just continue to slide away. Nate Brown was huge tonight. The Bulldogs could not find that shooting touch they found in the second half last night against Vincennes-Reveille, and Barr-Reeve, despite the final score, wins a pretty competitive Sectional 62 championship here tonight by a final score of 54-36 on the First Harrison Banking Butler scoreboard. Barr-Reeve now 24-1 on the season, winners of 15 in a row as they head into next week's Regional 31 championship. They'll take on the West Washington Borden winner. Site to be determined. It will probably come out later tonight as to where they will go. My first guess would be the Hatchet House in Washington. That seems to be the most likely location, but we'll see what happens. Seymour is also an option along with Charlestown. Oh, thank you. And then you also have to consider, I can't remember the fourth site, but Washington, Seymour, and Charlestown are options, but we'll get to that here in a moment as we welcome you to our Davis Crestone post-game show here tonight. Barr-Reeve wins at 54-36. They've won 15 in a row. The only team that beat them was Dave Benner's Brownstown Central Braves back in December at Montgomery, by the way. And, man, this Barr-Reeve team, you talk about a team that's well-connected and very much on the same page. They showed that tonight. Unfortunately for Orleans, they couldn't recapture the rhythm and the tenacity that they were able to pull together last night in the win over Vincennes Reveille.
And what I was going to say is Washington's kind of another backyard for them too, you know.
Well, that's going 10 miles the other direction.
Yeah. You know, but it doesn't surprise me that their only loss is Brownstown. Brownstown had a down year this year.
By their standards.
By their standard, yes. And I feel like this is a decent matchup with Brownstown. But that Brownstown didn't blow them out as far as I saw either.
It was an 8-point game.
Yeah, it was tight.
52-44.
Brownstown is obviously playing in 3A right now. They've been playing, you know, in the Mid-Southern Conference, so they play some good stiff competition. You know, Silver Creek, Charlestown, and them.
How long Dave Benner, 28 years there. They have a system. They understand that system. They learn it. And, down year 16-8, how many programs around here would love to have that record right now for a down year? But that's their only loss. And Barr-Reeve certainly learned from that because they haven't lost ever since then.
Right. And that's what they've straightened up the ship, different stuff. We've seen probably there's definitely been better Barr-Reeve teams, definitely. But they're solid. They connect well. And I tell you what, you get some of these and you always get this guy's an all-state caliber guy. He's 25 points a night. I tell you what scares me is some teams like this, because you look and you go, 13 points is their leading scorer. And a lot of people laugh at that. Then you've got, a guy that scores around 10 or 11. Then you've got a guy that scores around 9. Then you've got a guy that scores around 8. Those teams are scary, and sometimes those teams can come out and the guy that scores 8 a night scores 20, and the guy that scores 11 scores 15, and that gets dicey. This team's got that kind of talent where Longacre's the anchor for this team, but he's not the sole bearer of all of it. And, the guy popped a lot of threes tonight, and he hit a lot of threes. He had a good stroke tonight. That helped him get over this win, too. Nate Brown obviously gave him, a run for his money on the other side. But, this is a good, solid team. They play physical. They were playing physical to start. They got some fouls. They got in some foul trouble. They backed off the physicality. They came back out in the third quarter. They saw kind of what Orleans was doing. They brought the physicality back. And they started beating on Orleans, and then they took over this game. So, obviously, whoever comes out of the Borden-West Washington game, that's going to be a tough one. But this Barr-Reeve team is going to be like going into a grinder. It's the physicality that you've got to match, the speed you've got to match. Their secondary unit came in there at the end, and they popped the ball around, like most varsity squads would want to. So they've got some guys on the bench that can help, but it's a different speed, it's a different tempo, and this program year in, year out has done a lot. Last year, unfortunately, they had a couple of bad injuries to end the season, and I think North Davies ended up taking them out last year. Orleans got to the championship playing North Davies, and they got out. But Barr-Reeve had some tough luck, but, a different coach. You got a good system. He might have tweaked the system a little bit to what he wanted, but look at them. They're sectional champs right now, and they've got a good possibility of being regional champs.
Well, and the other thing, too, with Barr-Reeve is that they have 3 seniors. Corbin Boyd is really the only one who plays significant minutes. So, obviously, if you keep the returning players together, they stay healthy, nobody suffers any major injuries, they could be right back in this spot again a year from now. So they're definitely set for the future. Of course, we'll talk about Orleans' future here as well. But let's start by giving you the scoring and shooting tonight, and I'll give you the West Washington Borden update as well, because we do know who won that sectional down there at the TP in Borden tonight. It was Kirsten Longaker. He just took over this game. Didn't expect it. He doubled his season average with 27 points for the Vikings tonight. He had 15 in the first two quarters. He scored 10 in the third. Kept Orleans at bay and, frankly, helped Barr-Reeve extend a tight game in that third quarter. I think they were up 4, and he helped them get it up to 11 by the end of the quarter. Longaker then sunk 2 free throws in that fourth quarter to get him to 27 points. Carson Yoder and Braxton Knighty both finished in double figures tonight. Yoder lived at the free throw line in the fourth quarter, made 5 out of 6 there after getting a basket for 2 in the third quarter. So Yoder finished his night with 11 points. Braxton Knighty, 10 points for him. He had 5 in the first 2 quarters. He scored the rest of his 5 in the fourth, a 3-point play and a basket for 2. Knighty had 10 tonight for the Vikings. Josh Miller, 2 points in the first, 2 in the third on a pair of free throws. Miller had 4 points there, and then Jalen Graber with 2 free throws in the third quarter, 2 points for him. Corbin Boyd saw time, as did Miller Thompson for a good chunk of this game. Wrigley Wirtz also got in there for a short amount of time, as did Caleb Moffitt. Brendan Cornelius, Brody Stoll, and Easton Graber here tonight for Barr-Reeve. The Vikings go 7 of 12 shooting in the final 2 quarters. They were very conservative with the possessions in that second half. Coach Bradley about to join us here in our postgame coverage here tonight. 16 out of 30 Barr-Reeve's total shooting tonight for 53%. They made 4 out of 9 from behind the arc, including 1 of 3 in that third quarter, going 44% from long distance. And they made their free throws enough tonight, 18 out of 25. For 72% as the Vikings end up getting the win. Head coach Tom Bradley joins us now as the Bulldogs fall tonight in the sectional 62 championship game to Barr-Reeve, 54-36 here tonight. Well, intense atmosphere, a little bit of a shaky start for your guys tonight, Coach, with the turnovers there in the early going, but you guys got yourselves settled down, got back into it, but unfortunately shots weren't falling, and Barr-Reeve started to kind of pull away there in the second half.
Yeah, we didn't shoot the ball real well there early on, and didn't take advantage of the opportunities we had because, like you mentioned, of the turnovers. But kids never gave up. They fought back into it. We had opportunity after opportunity, but it's just one of those games that, the ball really just didn't fall our way.
And you guys got some good looks at the basket, especially in the second quarter. Started making your way back into it. Nate really led the charge for you guys there to get you back. I mean, you're down 10 at one point. You get it all the way to a tie at 21 all, and it seemed like you had things rolling at that point.
Well, we had it rolling at that point, 21 all, until they had a couple fortunate calls down there on their end where they scored all those points right at the end there. So I think they had a 3-point shot and the 2 there, and that kind of hurt us because they capitalized on it. But no good teams will do that.
Definitely. And, of course, they came out third quarter, kind of inched away a little bit, but your guys, again, made a little bit of a comeback. Got the lead down to 4. I think they got it back to 10 or 11 there at one point. You cut it down to 4 and kind of gave yourselves a chance there. But, again, a couple of turnovers there kind of hurt you there.
Yeah, we turned the ball over so much. I don't know what we had, 14 or 15 turnovers probably. And, that hurts, obviously. But I can't fault the effort. I mean, really, Barr-Reeve's, they have a great team, and, congratulate them. Coach Howington, his first year here, done a tremendous job, and they got such a fine staff there. All their guys on the bench there, we know them pretty close, and, they do a really nice job, and they do it the right way. And so I want to definitely congratulate them on their win.
Definitely. I mean, and Kirsten Longaker really had a big night for them, too. He just got going, and he was able to get inside, able to knock down some threes, and it just really made it tough on your guys to be able to defend out there with them knocking down those shots.
Yeah, it seemed like every time that we had a little run going there, he would come up with a big play, and we've seen that all year on the films that we watched. That's just kind of the way it's been. But, you give him 27 points, you're going to have a hard time winning, and he took advantage of it. He's a good free throw shooter as well. But I just want to talk about our kids.
Right.
I just, we've come a long way from where we started at the beginning of the season and gotten better and better and better. And there's not too many teams around us. As we were telling our seniors that, there's not too many teams around that can go out and win 20 wins again and do it in the fine fashion that they had. They lost to 5 games, and all 5 teams were very, very good. And so, it's hard as a coach. That's the hardest thing. And I tell them every year that the hardest thing is to talk to them in the locker room afterwards. By far, that's the hardest thing. And last year we didn't have to do that. And, that doesn't happen very often.
Yeah.
It happens to 4 teams a year, and that's it. And but they have worked their tail off for us. They've gotten closer and closer and closer as a group. No troubles all year long. Just a fine group. And I just want to, tell them that how thankful I am that they let me be able to do this and try to get them to be a team and act like a team and so forth. And this group does that to a T.
Well, and what's been impressive, Coach, is seeing your seniors grow as leaders throughout the season as well, and then also bring in these younger guys with them as well, not just saying, we're the seniors, we're in charge. They've included these other guys into the team and kind of given them a little bit of a chance to lead in their own way as well.
Well, they have. And the senior leadership was really good. We had guys last year that was our leaders, and, your seniors are usually your leaders, but the guys last year that were doing that, and I was wondering about what's going to happen to us here.
Right.
But as it turned out, we had 7 seniors, and all of them were leaders. But Nate and Nolan were our 2 guys that were our. Oh, sorry, say it again. And Nate and Alex were our 2 guys that were our captains. And,
right.
And they just did just a tremendous job for us of leading this team.
Yeah, and obviously, those guys have put in a lot of great work over their time as Bulldogs here at Orleans, and to see the growth of this senior class from their freshman year to now has been truly impressive. And they got to be part of something special last year, getting to win a state championship. And, Coach, that's a memory they'll carry with them from here on out after they graduate.
Without a doubt. They'll remember that all the way through the rest of their life. And they're going to have some really good times telling that story to, girlfriends, grandkids or kids, all this stuff all the way through life that they could come in that gym and point up to that picture on the wall. So really happy for them there. But all in all, we just wish them success through the rest of their career in terms of whatever they're going to do. And again, congratulations to this Barr-Reeve team who definitely deserve it.
Well, a tough loss tonight for Orleans, 54-36. Barr-Reeve wins the sectional championship. Head coach Tom Bradley joining us. And Coach, want to thank you for joining us when we've been able to have the privilege of watching your team throughout the season. Appreciate all the lineups, the conversations, the interviews, all those things as well. Thank you for your contributions, and we appreciate everything you've done for us this season, you and your coaching staff.
Well, we appreciate you guys too, David. You guys do a tremendous job of covering us, and we really, really enjoy that. And so thank you so much for having us be a part of this radio show and just kind of get that word out there about Bulldog basketball to all the fans.
All right, sounds good. And of course, we wish you a great off season coming up as well. Hopefully all goes well for Orleans as with the returning guys coming back as well, and look forward to seeing you all again next season as well.
I appreciate it. Thank you very much.
All right, Tom Bradley, head coach of Orleans, joining us here in our Davis Crush Toad post-game show as the Bulldogs fall tonight 54-36 to Barr-Reeve. Let's take our chance to get it to a commercial break here for just a moment. We'll come back and we'll recap the Orleans stats as you're listening to the Orleans Bulldogs basketball special coverage of the Sectional 62 championship game tonight right here on 96.9 WKLO.
Kirby Hardware has been helping the residents of Orleans keep their homes and farms running smoothly since 1953. Kirby Hardware carries a full line of GE appliances, hardware items, household items, lawn and garden supplies, paint, and a full line of plumbing, all with the knowledge to get you what you need to do the job right the first time. Kirby Hardware open Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. till 5:30 p.m. and Saturday, 7 till 2. Phone them at 812-865-2510. Kirby Hardware at 206 East Jefferson Street.
At Harrison County Hospital, your health is their top priority. Dr. John Gonzaba and the entire team at General Surgery Associates are proud to expand their surgical expertise with 2 outstanding surgeons. Dr. Karen Johnson-Burkhorst specializes in appendectomy, breast surgery, colonoscopy, gallbladder surgery, hernia repair, and minimally invasive procedures. And Dr. Stephen Thomas focuses on wound care, skin cancers, diabetic foot issues, and more. Call 812-738-0177 today to schedule your appointment. Learn more at hchin.org. Are tax season blues getting you down? Well, worry no more. Introducing Jiffy Tax Shack, your go-to destination for hassle-free tax filing. At Jiffy Tax Shack, they make tax filing a breeze. Experienced team of tax professionals can ensure you get every deduction you deserve. Fast, accurate, and affordable. That's the Jiffy Tax Shack promise. No more stressing over complicated forms or endless paperwork. Your refund is just a visit away. Jiffy Tax Shack in Tazewell, where taxes are made simple. Call 812-338-3258. Don't forget to ask if you qualify for the earner income tax credit.
54-36 the final. We continue along with our Davis Crushstone postgame show here from Jack Butcher Arena here on the campus of Loogootee High School here in the city of Loogootee, Martin County, where the Barr-Reeve Vikings are sectional 62 champions, beating Orleans tonight by a final score of 54-36. The Vikings outscore the Bulldogs 28-15 in that second half, and that was kind of the story of the last 2 days of this sectional as the Bulldogs fall short for the third time in 4 years, but as Coach Bradley alluded to, his team never quit. They never folded up the tent. The seniors battled all the way to the bitter end, but Barr-Reeve just had a little too much in the tank tonight as they go on to win at 54-36 here at Loogootee. Let's take a look at Orleans scoring and shooting tonight. We'll bring Brad back in after this. Nate Brown, 21 points. He was fantastic tonight. Way to close out his career in glorious fashion as far as his scoring is concerned. Nate would trade this for a sectional championship, though, in a heartbeat, I'm sure, as he had 9 points in that second quarter and then scored 8 more in that third quarter. He did a lot of damage. He ended up fouling out, got into foul trouble in that third quarter. So Nate had 21, the only double-figure scorer for Orleans. Alex DeWitt, 9 points for him. 5 of those came in the fourth quarter. Alex, as he's done over the last 2 years as a varsity Bulldog, just continue to compete, hustle, set the example for those younger guys, showing what it means to wear that name Orleans across the front of the jersey there. Alex, 9 points for him. Troy Dilley, 4 points. He got 2 jumpers from the mid-range in the second quarter here tonight. And Owen Gilbert with a 2 there in the second quarter on a transition basket to round out the scoring. Nolan Robbins came up scoreless, as did Mason Freed. Dane Freed saw a little bit of time out there tonight as well. He did not score. Caden Burning, Blaze Tolliver, and Reese Petty got a bit of a curtain call there at the end. Those guys also held scoreless tonight as well. The Bulldogs were 5 of 17 shooting over the final 2 quarters of play. Just couldn't get that offensive rhythm going tonight. 12 out of 30 shooting in total for 40%. 3-point shooting, 1 out of 5 in the second half, 2 out of 7 total from behind the arc, 29%. And then on free throws, 10 out of 12 total tonight for 83% after making 4 out of 6 in the second half. Barr-Reeve led 13-6 at the end of the first quarter. They were outscored in the second quarter as Orleans got the second quarter 15-13 to make it 26-21 Vikings at halftime. But that 5-point burst at the end of the second quarter really propelled Barr-Reeve going into the third quarter, where they outscored Orleans 16-10 and led 42-31 going into the fourth, where they finished the Bulldogs there 12-5. En route to that 54-36 win in a game that featured 2 ties at 4 and 21. Orleans never could get the lead here tonight in Loogootee. Brad's got to look at the additional numbers, rebounds, turnovers, and assists tonight between the Bulldogs and the Vikings here in the sectional 62 championship game.
For the Barr-Reeve Vikings, 17 team rebounds, 10 team turnovers, and 7 assists. Carson Yoder, Jalen Graver, both with 3 rebounds apiece. Kirsten Longnecker and Josh Miller, both with 4 rebounds apiece. Braxton Knighty with 2 rebounds, and Miller Thompson with 1 rebound. And 3 assists for Kirsten Longnecker, and 2 assists apiece for Carson Yoder and Jalen Graver. For the Orleans Bulldogs, 15 team rebounds, 14 team turnovers, and 5 assists. Owen Gilbert and Dane Freed, both with 1 rebound apiece, along with Nolan Robbins and Nate Brown, both with 1 rebound apiece. Mason Freed with 2 rebounds, and Alex DeWitt with 8 rebounds, and Troy Dilley with 2 rebounds. 2 assists apiece for Owen Gilbert, Nate Brown, and Nolan Robbins, and Mason Freed with 1 assist tonight. That's 17 assists, sorry. Had him for 5. I don't know what I was doing there, but just, good overall effort. Barr-Reeve just has And I think that's kind of what's shown throughout this tournament. Trying to think who they played. They played Loogootee the first round, and that one was actually decently tight, wasn't it? It was about 12.
Into the third quarter, it was still fairly close, but Barr-Reeve ended up pulling away with that game in the fourth. They won 48-35. So that was their first rival. And then their second rival, North Davies is probably their biggest rival just because they're in the same county. But, I mean, they're both massive rivals, Loogootee and North Davies. And then the Buggy Bowl in the semifinals last night, they just flat out ran away with that game in the second half to win it 63-30.
Well, and it seems like that's kind of been the consistent part is I think Orleans and Loogootee can kind of mirror each other because it really got away in the third quarter. And then, obviously last night, North Davies had it for about a half, I think, and then it really got out of hand in that second half. What's going to be real interesting is who can stay with them for 4 quarters. And I think if this team stays healthy and, can avoid the injury bug over the next few weeks, I think they've got a really good chance at going to state or being in semi-state in the second round of semi-state. But who's going to be able to put together the horses to run with them for 4 quarters? That's probably the biggest question because we've had a team run out of gas, quarter and a half, 2 quarters in, and then we've had a couple of teams run out about 2.5, 3 quarters in, and nobody's been able to stay with them for 4 quarters yet. So, obviously West Washington coming out of that sectional, it doesn't make all the world of difference where it's at. But, sometimes that can kind of mess with things just a little bit. It'd be interesting to see if West Washington's got what it takes to be able to go 4 quarters with them. It's a tall task. This is a very good team where they can. And the good thing is they don't have a big man at 6'9" down low. They've got stout guys. They've got decent height. They're not humongous, but sometimes those teams are really hard to beat too because they're interchangeable pieces at different points. Now, obviously, I don't feel like Josh Miller or Knighty is going to play point guard for you, but they can step out, they can step to mid range, they can do that kind of stuff. So it's interesting because you're not going to have a big guy planted down low at 6'9" or 6'6" that's just going to dominate. They've got pieces that move around. They're quick. They're active. They're active on defense. We saw them put pressure on Orleans there in the first half. They got some fouls called on them. They backed off. They got to the third quarter. They started to smell blood. Then they started attacking, and the game got out of hand. So it'd be interesting. Like I said, next round for West Washington, you got to be able to stay with this team for 4 quarters. Will they be able to do it? And depends on the day. Sometimes can depend on the location, but this team, I think, is primed to make a deep run.
Well, we need to go to another break here. We'll continue along with our Davis Crushstone postgame show after this, and we'll give you some other scores around the area as you're listening to Orleans Bulldogs basketball and the special coverage of the Sectional 62 Championship right here on 96.9 WKLO.
At Harrison County Hospital, your health is their top priority. Dr. John Gonzaba and the entire team at General Surgery Associates are proud to expand their surgical expertise with 2 outstanding surgeons. Dr. Karen Johnson-Burkhorst specializes in appendectomy, breast surgery, colonoscopy, gallbladder surgery, hernia repair, and minimally invasive procedures. And Dr. Stephen Thomas focuses on wound care, skin cancers, diabetic foot issues, and more. Call 812-738-0177 today to schedule your appointment. Learn more at hchin.org.
Giving parental permission for children to drink might feel like a chance for safe supervision, but the reality is you're increasing the risk of future alcohol abuse and negative consequences. In addition to the potential for misuse down the road, we also know that alcohol use by teenagers has a damaging effect on brain development. If you really want the best for your child, ask yourself, what message are you sending? Paid for by Our Place Drug and Alcohol Education Services.
Kirby Hardware has been helping the residents of Orleans keep their homes and farms running smoothly since 1953. Kirby Hardware carries a full line of GE appliances, hardware items, household items, lawn and garden supplies, paint, and a full line of plumbing, all with the knowledge to get you what you need to do the job right the first time. Kirby Hardware open Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. till 5:30 p.m. and Saturday, 7 till 2. Phone them at 812-865-2510. Kirby Hardware at 206 East Jefferson Street.
Tired of slow internet and weak Wi-Fi? Get connected with Orange County Fiber, your local reliable fiber internet service. With powerful parental controls, device prioritization, and built-in cybersecurity, your whole family can browse, stream, and game with confidence. And that's not all. Some plans even include indoor and outdoor cameras or video doorbells for extra peace of mind. Call Orange County Fiber at 812-865-2229. Fast, safe, and smart internet for your home or business.
Barr-Reeve again prevails tonight, 54-36 over Orleans. They'll play in a Regional 31 championship game next week, as they'll play, we don't know yet where they're going to play, somewhere in southern Indiana. The Hatchet House is probably the leading candidate. Seymour's definitely a candidate as well. The beautiful Lloyd Scott Gymnasium with our compadre and compatriot as well, Kurt Nichols, who will be the PA announcer there. We'll get to
Switzerland County?
No, that's not an option. Thank goodness that's not an option. That's too long a trip for everybody. But Charlestown's also a possibility. I'd say that's an outside chance there. I'd say Seymour or Washington are the most likely sites for the regional next week. But as you mentioned, Brad, regardless of the site, it's exciting because West Washington, first sectional championship in 7 years. Congratulations, by the way, to Ashton Minton and those guys. They have really had a good season. And what's kind of fun for the Senator fans is most of their team is coming back next year as well. Very junior-laden team, and want to congratulate them. But they're not the only PLAC team that won a sectional tonight. We want to congratulate Dusty Cole and the Paoli Rams at Salem tonight. They ran away from Providence 45-28. And
wow,
Brad, I mean, having seen Paoli Wednesday night, they are the real deal. They're 26-0 now, most wins in program history in a single season. They play 8 or 9 guys. They're veteran-laden. Paoli's going to play for a regional next week, so exciting times for the Paoli and West Washington fans going to the regionals next week.
Yeah, no, and could West Washington possibly play at Paoli? Is Paoli a regional site?
They are not. No,
they're not. Gotcha, gotcha. Because I was like, Paoli's a good sized place as well. I remember the days when you came to Loogootee for a regional and stuff, you know.
I actually think Loogootee is a regional site. I'll check on that real quick, but I think it might be because it was last year because Northeast DuBois played Clay City here.
Yeah, because I was sitting there and I was like, you know, and Paoli's big enough. I mean, Paoli's actually a little bit bigger than Loogootee, isn't it? They'll hold about 4,500.
Maybe 200 people.
Yeah.
And by the way, I'm checking it right now. The other semi-state sites are Southport, Greencastle, Greenfield Central, Huntingburg Memorial Gym, Charlestown.
Yeah, that's a big one.
Huntingburg Memorial, Charlestown, Washington, and Seymour. Those would be the 4 most likely places that those teams, and Paoli for that matter, would end up at. If Paoli ends up playing either Linton or Sullivan in the regional, I'd say probably the Hatchet House or Huntingburg Memorial would be the most likely on that.
Yeah, it's good to see Paoli make it though. They're a team that I've wanted to go watch. I was going to try to go watch them when they played Orleans. That was a really tight game. Obviously that's county rival, and that's the saying is you can say, well, there's a huge distance between what Orleans is and what Paoli is. Well, Paoli misses, 15, 20 shots. There's a ball game possibly, but Paoli, it's been really impressive. I really would like to go see them. Be nice if they ended up in Seymour. Yeah, that'd be pretty good, They're
going to play Linton, so I'd say the chances are kind of slim, but it's not impossible that could happen. But I'd say the Hatchet House or Huntingburg would be most likely. But Austin, by the way, also congratulations to Brent Jamison and the Eagles. They beat Southwestern Hanover tonight, 53-51. So first time Austin's won a sectional, I think, in 8 years now. I think 2018 was the last time they won. So they're off to a regional next week. And then Northeast DuBois defended their sectional championship, beating Wood Memorial 49-36. They will play Bloomfield in regional next week. Site to be determined there. I'd say Huntingburg is probably the number one spot, then Washington, but nevertheless, a lot of good teams winning sectionals. Northeast DuBois, a lot of seniors, big physical team as well. I mean, you get to this time of the year, once you get out of sectionals, and obviously we know the winner here at Loogootee can make a deep run in the tournament. It's happened with Orleans last year. They used this as the springboard to get all the way to Indianapolis and win the state championship. But you get to the regionals, it's everybody's best, and the teams you're playing are good no matter what from here on out.
Yeah, and regional can weed out just a little bit more sometimes, but definitely you get to regional, that's somewhere to be, and then semi-state, you definitely start seeing, deeper talent pools, different stuff like that. But yeah, regional is definitely are no slouch. But yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what all happens and who all matches up, and it's going to be intriguing, especially having some of these local teams, like you're saying, West Washington, obviously Barr-Reeve again, and Paoli. It's just good to see some PLAC teams going out, and obviously, Orleans kind of trailblazed it, so we'll see how far some of these PLAC teams can go. See what they can do.
We'll take another quick break here as we begin to get things wrapped up here on our Davis Crushstone postgame show. You're listening to Orleans Bulldogs basketball in the Sectional 62 Championship on 96.9 WKLO.
At First Harrison, the banking butler is more than just a banking app. It's who we are. It's a level of service we've delivered for more than 130 years. If you need to borrow money for a home loan, car loan, even loans for boats, RVs, you name it, First Harrison Bank will get you competitive rates with fast, local decisions. Apply online at firstharrison.com. The banking butler. It's who we are. Keep it easy. Keep it local. First Harrison Bank. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Are you looking for top quality crushed stone in Harrison County? Look no further than Davis Crushed Stone in DePaul. At Davis Crushed Stone, they have been serving southern Indiana for years, providing the highest quality crushed stone for all your construction needs. Their locally sourced stone is perfect for driveways, roads, landscaping, and much more. Plus, the friendly staff can assist you with your order, ensuring you get exactly what you need. They'll even deliver it right to your doorstep, making your project hassle-free. Choose Davis Crushed Stone for your next project. Give them a call at 812-347-2707.
Final scores from other sectional championships tonight at White River Valley in sectional 61. Bloomfield does hold off Cloverdale 53-48. Bloomfield will play Northeast DuBois in a regional 32 championship game next Saturday. I mentioned Barr-Reeve will play West Washington in regional 31 next Saturday. Again, site and time to be determined there. Linton Stockton beat Sullivan 54-49 over at North Knox in sectional 47. In sectional 46, Paoli pulled away from Providence 45-28 there. Austin 53-51 over Southwestern Hanover in Hanover in sectional number 45. In 3A, Princeton able to dispatch Jasper 54-36 over at the Hatchet House. The Tigers win the sectional title, and Evansville-Bosse wins another sectional championship at Boonville, knocking off Heritage Hills 62-52 in 3A. Then in 4A, New Albany running away with that one against Seymour tonight up at Lloyd Scott Gymnasium. Bulldogs look like they're going to win their first sectional title, and they did first time since Romeo Langford walked the hallways at New Albany, and they were up 72-39 with 2 minutes to go. So New Albany will cruise into the regional next week in Class 4A. Congratulations to Jason Jones and New Albany on that one as well. We got one more break. We'll come back, and we'll close up shop for the night after this as you're listening to Orleans Bulldogs basketball right here on 96.9 WKLO.
At Harrison County Hospital, your health is their top priority. Dr. John Gonzaba and the entire team at General Surgery Associates are proud to expand their surgical expertise with 2 outstanding surgeons. Dr. Karen Johnson-Burkhorst specializes in appendectomy, breast surgery, colonoscopy, gallbladder surgery, hernia repair, and minimally invasive procedures. And Dr. Stephen Thomas focuses on wound care, skin cancers, diabetic foot issues, and more. Call 812-738-0177 today to schedule your appointment. Learn more at hchin.org.
Tired of slow internet and weak Wi-Fi? Get connected with Orange County Fiber, your local reliable fiber internet service. With powerful parental controls, device prioritization, and built-in cybersecurity, your whole family can browse, stream, and game with confidence. And that's not all. Some plans even include indoor and outdoor cameras or video doorbells for extra peace of mind. Call Orange County Fiber at 812-865-2229. Fast, safe, and smart internet for your home or business.
Well, as we wrap things up for the season tonight here from Jack Butcher Arena in Loogootee, Barr-Reeve head coach Heath Howington climbing the ladder on the far end of the floor to take down the rest of the net. Won his first sectional championship as a head coach at Evansville Memorial last season in his fifth and final year with the Tigers. He spent a few years at North Posey before that, and I want to congratulate Heath Howington and Barr-Reeve, their team, on winning the sectional championship tonight. Well earned here in this sectional, beating three quality opponents in Loogootee as well as North Davies, and also Loogootee, North Davies, and also Orleans as well. So congratulations to Coach Howington and his team, and we wish them well as they go through the rest of the tournament. Again, they'll play West Washington in a regional championship. Again, site to be determined next weekend. But for Barr-Reeve, they are sectional champions for the 19th time in program history. Orleans, meanwhile, falls short here tonight with that 54-36 loss to the Vikings as the Bulldogs finished runner-up for the third time in the last 4 years. For Coach Howington, he spent 8 years at North Posey, 5 years at Evansville Memorial, his 14th year as a head coach, and he's been a part of sectional championship teams the last 2 years. Again, Paoli moves on. We want to salute our co-workers over at WUME and Dave Dedrick and Burt Pedigo, and they'll get to follow the Rams wherever they go next week when they'll take on the Linton Stockton Miners. Matt Britton's team won the sectional title at North Knox tonight, so Paoli will play Linton next week. Forest Park, by the way, a winner over Evansville Mater Dei, 54-41 down in Huntingburg tonight in sectional 48. Forest Park will play Austin in a 2A regional championship game next Saturday. We want to thank everybody for their support, listening to our broadcasts, whether it's here on 96.9 WKLO or on Gold 98.7 WSEZ all season long. Thank you to everybody out there for tuning in. Thank you to all of our great sponsors on both stations as well for supporting our broadcasts all season long. We can't do it without you all listening, and we certainly can't do it without our sponsors as well. So thank you all for contributing all season long and for trusting us with covering these teams, whether it's Orleans tonight or whether it's North Harrison or Corydon Central, boys or girls basketball, regardless. We appreciate that, and we thank you for everything this season. Look forward to talking to you again next season. Looking forward to hopefully getting back to it again in the fall with football on WKLO between North Harrison and Corydon Central, and then back next winter for basketball season in November with the girls, Orleans girls and Orleans boys on Gold 98.7 WSEZ, and with North Harrison and Corydon Central North Harrison and Corydon Central girls and boys basketball here on 96.9 WKLO. Thank you to all of our sponsors for their support of our broadcasts, not just tonight, but all throughout the season as well. We thank you for listening to our broadcast and for tuning into our Davis Crush Stone postgame show this evening. Davis Crush Stone, located at 8605 Big John Road in DePaul. For all of your Crush Stone lime and aggregate needs, call Davis Crush Stone at 812-347-2707. For our statistician and analyst tonight, Brad Deaton, I'm David Deaton, saying have a great night and a great offseason from Jack Butcher Arena on the campus of Loogootee Junior Senior High School here in the city of Loogootee. Keep your heads held high, love each other, be a light in your community, and may God bless America. Thanks again for tuning in tonight. You've been listening to special coverage of Orleans Bulldogs basketball in the Sectional 62 championship game right here on 96.9 WKLO.
Real country, pure country. 96.9 WKLO, Hardinsburg, Corydon, Paoli.
This broadcast on Real Country 96.9 WKLO has been made possible by our incredible community sponsors: Davis Crush Stone, Dr. Black's Eye Associates, Denny's Carpet, First Harrison Bank, Morgan's Auto Salvage, Our Place Drug and Alcohol Services, Prosser Career Education Center. Thanks for supporting local athletes, local schools, and local radio.